Alrighty, should be live, and we are. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our latest live stream. As I kind of said before, my computer crashed, if you saw that in chat. But we are now here. Computer's on. Really just get into this. Obviously, welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. We have a few severe storms out there. We'll kind of go to each one of them. There's about 4 severe thunderstorm warnings across Texas, and there's also a severe thunderstorm watch that's about to expire probably within the next 10 seconds or so. But the game plan is for today at this point, we'll be going over the severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. There are a couple that are producing very large hail. We'll go over that, and if there's not much severe weather near the tail end of this live stream, I might go a bit more into the tropics and kind of what to expect over the next several days. There's also another chance for severe weather on Friday for the panhandle of Texas, which I'll also jump into a little bit later on, probably at some point later in this forecast, or I should say live stream as well. So if you do enjoy this live stream, though, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So as of right now, the main storm out there is actually down in basically northwestern North Texas, just southwest of Wichita Falls. As of right now, this is producing very large hail up to the size of about 2 inches in diameter, and it's also producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And this has been a very potent storm. It's been producing very large hail for a while now, and this is again where it really is right now. That black area is going to be representing your very large hailstones right here. So that's just to the east of Seymour, and it's going to be moving off to the southeast, and it'll eventually go toward McGargle, if I'm saying the name right, and it'll eventually go toward Olney. So those areas are in the track of this storm as of right now. There was a report of about quarter-sized hail in the center of Baylor County, Texas, a little while ago. That was about 30 minutes ago, but now it's pretty intensified storm. It's been intensifying over the last 30 minutes. It's moving down to the southeast, and the hail core actually might be even a little bit larger than what it is right now. Let's go and jump into the hailstone sizes here on the radar. I'm going to go and pull that up on this specific storm and kind of see what the hailstone sizes are being estimated by radar. But it has potentially been up as high as 2 inches, and this is what it's showing on radar. So you can clearly see that these purples representing potentially it's even, the radar's estimating maybe even up to baseball size. But again, this going through a pretty rural area, so the amount of reports that we're going to get in terms of hail is going to be probably very low. But it could be as high again as maybe hen egg to up to baseball size. Can't be ruled out. Where the hail report was basically right around where that quarter-sized hail was anyways, where those reds were. So we very well could be above quarter size and potentially as high as hen egg to, again, baseball sized hail with this storm. And again, this is going to be moving down to the southeast. Let me go and put a track on this storm for you for those that are on the track of it. Again, McGargle is going to be on the track of this here in just a moment. And let me try to get this track on here. And I'll kind of get an idea of when this is going to arrive to your location. All right, there we go. Got the storm back here on radar. And then let's figure out the speed real quick. I believe it's right around 15 or so. I'll put 15 miles per hour. It is a pretty slow moving storm, by the way. I'm going to kind of put it on both of these storms. All these storms will be moving pretty slowly. But you can see McGargle right around 10:07 and eventually Olney right around 11:01. Newcastle probably going to be right around midnight. Most of these storms, by the way, are going to be moving pretty slow. We are already starting to see some new developments back out to the northwest of Throckmorton, and these storms are all going to be moving again pretty much to the east and southeast. And storms will be continuing to develop in this area here over the next hour or two, and we'll start to see maybe even some more strong to severe storms. We also have a couple of storms down here near Fort Worth. These are not severe yet, but they are definitely becoming strong. The one here near Benbrook and Aledo, you can see it's a little strong storm, maybe some small pea-sized hail there near Aledo right now, and it's moving off to the north. So this will also be a storm to watch, and this might even be an area where we see a few other thunderstorms. There's also one up here near Plano and Allen, so another storm there moving off to the north toward Frisco, and eventually toward McKinney. That also could be producing some pea-sized hail. We also got a few storms back out here in eastern Texas. We have a very wide spread situation. I mean, it's very widely scattered at this point, but we also have a strong storm here near just east of Terrell, and it's also just to the northwest of Wills Point. That'll be going toward basically Quinlan and eventually toward, it looks like, I think Greenville. Yeah, Greenville. And also closer areas like Grand Saline and as well as just to the south of Alba, those areas are also seeing another strong storm. So we actually have several strong storms in the North Texas region. So this will definitely be something to watch very closely over the next hour or two. So definitely make sure you're monitoring that very closely. Back out closer to the panhandle of Texas, we have several other severe thunderstorm warnings. And that really begins with this first one near Tulia right now. We already saw a severe storm here last night. There's another one just to the southeast of Happy and just north of Tulia. This is producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and as well as some half-dollar sized hail. This storm is also moving fairly slowly at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Let me go and put a track on that one for you as well for those that are in the track. I'm going to put 17. So Tulia right around 10:19. That's pretty much your timeline, so about 15 minutes or less. And then Silverton right around 11:38, which they already saw hail today. They might even get another hailstorm. So that's kind of what's going on there. Also, some more strong to severe storms. One just to the north of Matador, or Matador, if I'm saying the name right, probably not saying it right, but that's another area that's currently seeing a severe thunderstorm warning just off to your north. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as half-dollar sized hail is within that storm. Let's go and put another track on this one as well, give you an idea of when this is going to arrive to some locations. I don't know if this one's really in anywhere, populated at this point, but we'll go and put a little track on here and no. So nothing's really in this track, but it's going to be a lot of rural land, it looks like. There's also a flash flood warning ongoing for those in the Cap Rock Canyon State Park. So just northwest of Turkey, they've already seen at least 3 to 4 inches of rain, I think, at this point. There's also a very strong storm here just northwest of Turkey, which is not actually warned, but it probably will be here pretty shortly. Also, another storm with quarter-sized hail in the eastern panhandle, where they already saw storms last night right along Interstate 40 near Shamrock. Again, damaging winds, not really a threat with this one, but definitely some quarter-sized hail. That doesn't include Shamrock, Dozier, as well as... I'm not going to pronounce that name, but Kellerville as well is going to be included with that. So yeah, that's another area that's seeing some severe storms there, and that's what we're really watching as of right now. There's also a new severe thunderstorm warning down here to the south that was just issued. I believe that was just to the north of Albany. So McGargle was just introduced to this warning. It also includes Westover. So those areas are now included in a new warning. Goes for another 50 minutes or so. That'll be going until 11 o'clock tonight. Damaging winds, the main threat, as well as some hen egg size hail. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning there down near Throckmorton, and this is producing up to $half sized hail. So we have a new warning here. And again, this is only moving about 12 miles per hour. That's what's being estimated by radar, but it's basically right around 10 to 15 miles per hour with these storms. So they are very slow moving storms without a doubt, and this will continue throughout the next several hours. As I mentioned before, we're going to start to see more development here in portions of the western North Texas region as well as into central Texas, and eventually see a line of storms come toward the Metroplex later tonight. And that line of storms will probably not arrive until like 5 to 6 in the morning. We're actually probably going to be looking at more of a morning threat for those in DFW, but you could definitely still see some storms in between now and then. I mean, we're already seeing a couple of isolated storms closer to the Metroplex, but this is what we're looking at in terms of right now, in terms of the severe weather. And obviously these are all moving very slowly, and for those that are scared about a tornado threat tonight, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't expect any tornado threat tonight. The low-level jet is extremely weak. It's even weaker than yesterday, and even yesterday it was a weak low-level jet. We also saw a couple of tornadoes, but they were very brief and weak, obviously. So I don't expect any tornado threat tonight. I only expect large hail and damaging winds, and I do think that large hail threat will be the most prominent over the next 3 to 4 hours, eventually going to start to dwindle down as we go out through the night, but the damaging wind threat will stay pretty prominent throughout the entire night. So damaging winds definitely the main threat for those in DFW. So that's kind of our forecast at this point. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And I'm going to get into some questions. If you guys have any questions, again, definitely feel free to let me know. We'll be monitoring this storm pretty closely. It has the greatest threat right now, head egg sized hail. Again, just to the north of McGargle, that's moving down to the southeast. So, hey Christian, how you doing? Welcome. Longview, Texas, you might see some storms later tonight, but it'll probably be a little while until you see anything. Hey Michael, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, Plano's actually, there's a little storm there. It's not severe right now. We'll go back to DFW here. Just a little storm. It is strong, but it's not severe. It's just producing maybe some gusty winds and maybe some small hail. That's moving off to the north right now, but very slow moving. Not something I'd be too concerned about. The only storm I'm actually concerned about in DFW as of right now is the one near Aledo, just to the west of Benbrook. This one's definitely strong, moving off to the north toward Willow Park. So that'll be something to watch as it does move off to the north. And again, White Settlement, Lake Worth, those areas might get hit by the storm as well. So that's a developing storm as of right now. Yeah, Fort Worth will see storms later tonight, Swag. Yeah, most of DFW, I mean, about 100% of North Texas will likely see rain tonight. So there's a very good chance that we'll see some storms, really, regardless of where you are in North Texas. Most of us will. I think about 85 to 90% is kind of the estimate I have at this point in terms of coverage. So that's probably what we'll be ending up seeing tonight. Oh, there's lightning and thunder in Longview. Didn't know that. Yeah, there was some storms. There's a few storms out that way. Odd time for action. It's not too odd. I mean, we saw a pretty similar situation last night. Obviously, for those that were watching last night's live stream, there was a tornado warning in near Frederick at like 11 or 12 o'clock last night. So, yeah, Tristan, Louisville also probably will get hit tonight. Again, most of the storms are forecasted between about 4 to 6 in the morning. I'll go and put a timeline up here, or I'll put a little future radar up here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and load it into the software, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and get the future radar loaded up here. And give you an idea of when we're going to expect storms tonight. All right, should be loading in, so it'll just take a minute. You might see some things popping up here. Just ignore that, which I think I can just pause it. Pause it. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. Morton might see some storms later tonight, Casey. So damaging winds, maybe some large hail there as well. Yeah, there's a lot of purple, pink spots and stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to represent your, again, some hail. And again, this is the most potent storm at this point. Again, just to the northwest of McGargle, and this is going down to the southeast right now, and it is definitely producing very large hail. Again, what we just saw on radar was hen egg, potentially even larger than that, maybe up to baseball-sized hail. So we definitely saw some large hail with that storm, or this storm, excuse me. That's without a doubt. So definitely some large hail right now with the storm. Yeah, you're right, David. Yeah, the storm is definitely producing some very large hail. It's potentially, I think it might be a little bit larger than hen egg, but check the time real fast. What do you mean? Okay, let me show you the future radar in terms of what to expect later tonight. I'm going to turn off the radar and then show you the actual future radar here. So let's go and do that. All right, here's a look at the future radar. That is way too quick. All right, let me just do it frame by frame. So this is going to be over the next several hours. This is basically what the computer model is indicating at this point. So we'll start to see a line of storms basically develop back out to the west. Now, this is 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if it's going to develop this late, but I would expect it probably between about 1 maybe to 2 in the morning. That's when I think this line, or basically cluster of storms, will develop back out to the west. Eventually, by about 4 to 5 in the morning, those storms move toward the Metroplex. You can see by around 4 to 5, those storms near, areas like Denton County and Collin County, and obviously back out to the west, some storms ongoing there. Eventually, by 6 to 7, basically an outflow boundary should be able to push these storms down to the south and east. That's what's basically being forecasted at this point. This is at 8 in the morning, by the way. Eventually, by 9 to 10, we'll eventually see those storms move through southern portions of North Texas into the eastern portions of Texas, and that's where a marginal threat of severe weather does exist for tomorrow, mainly for that threat of, again, damaging winds to that line, and eventually it'll just kind of push through a good portion of the other portions of Texas. But most of the severe weather tomorrow will be very limited. I expect mainly just damaging winds. So that's a bit of a timeline for you. Again, storms will probably not arrive to DFW until like 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. So maybe slightly earlier than that, but that's kind of my timeline at this point. We also have some new severe thunderstorm warnings back out to the west. I was mentioning this storm before near Turkey. This is producing now damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. So another storm that is now severe. And there's also one near Wellington producing up to half-dollar-sized hail, excuse me. Damaging winds not a threat with this storm either. This is for Wellington, Quail, as well as Ludi. And the last scan here just showed a huge blow up in that hail core just to the west of Wellington. That could even be up to hen egg size. So definitely some very large hail with these storms again, and they're all going to be moving off to the east. And these ones over here down to the southeast of those storms are actually moving all southeast. So a couple differences there. This storm, by the way, just to the northwest of Throckmorton, just starting to develop a bit more of a prominent hail core, starting to be a little bit more pronounced here on the radar. And there's a little storm in between both of these storms just to the north of Throckmorton that's also probably producing at least quarter-sized hail. Again, this one's producing at least hen egg-sized hail, possibly up to baseball-sized hail. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Excuse me. Yeah, so everybody in North Texas, not everybody, but most of North Texas is under a slight risk for severe weather for tonight. So that does include Denton County. I mean, basically the entire DFW Metroplex includes northern North Texas. So that's what the Storm Prediction Center shows us today. The storm near Allen, is it moving east to west? No, the storm over here in Collin County right now is moving off to the north. This is basically moving pretty much northerly toward areas like McKinney. Leave, unless it's moving maybe a bit more east. That's the model. Let's not do the model. Wait, I think I have the model off. All right. This is a look at the past few minutes, so I'll show you here. I don't think the DFW radar is updating that often. Yeah, so it's going north-northeast, basically. About 15 degrees north-northeast. And the other strong storm over in far western Tarrant County into eastern Parker County currently is moving off to the north pretty much as well. Extending a little bit closer off to the west now, but it is technically moving in the northerly direction. So that's what's happening as of right now. The other storms near Gordon and Eastland County, excuse me, Eastland County as well, also moving off to the north. So those storms are all moving north. The ones back out here to the west in northwestern North Texas are currently moving down to the southeast. And you can see that with the last two scans here. I'll go ahead and load that up as well. Kind of give you a general idea of where the direction is going with these storms as well. Yeah, so severe weather next week, I'm not entirely sure yet. I've not looked beyond Saturday. I've been really focused on the tropics over the last couple of days and as well as what's going on right now. I will have a bit more of a detailed forecast, though, probably at least by tomorrow. A bit more about next week. Gamer, the tornado threat's very low tonight. I don't expect a tornado threat. So, tornado threat is fairly low to 0. I don't really expect tornadoes tonight. Last night was a bit of a different story, but yeah. Yeah, McKinney's just seeing a little strong storm. Nothing too crazy. Again, it's not severe. So, just a little storm. maybe some gusty winds up to like 35 miles per hour, but it's not going to be anything too crazy. And a little bit of small hail as well. Again, these storms are all moving down to the southeast, just for reference, as I kind of showed here on the radar. Let me go back to the current radar. And we got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. This is a cluster of storms right now producing probably at least $half sized hail across this entire thing. If not, it could even be a little bit larger, up to potentially hen egg sized hail, especially in the storm just to the north of McGargle, and also the one back off to the northwest of Throckmorton. So those storms are definitely producing the greatest hailstone sizes as of right now. And of all the storms on the radar, I mean, there are some other ones back out to the northwest, but as of right now, most of them are only producing up to $half to ping pong ball sized hail. So we're looking at as of right now back out in the Panhandle. Again, we'll kind of be going back and forth with all the storms, and as well as the ones in DFW as well. For those who are tuning in from DFW, we'll go over those storms as well. If any of them become strong or even severe, we'll definitely watch them fairly closely for you. El Toro, I have absolutely no clue. I don't think anything's going toward Memphis, though. I don't usually do Tennessee weather, so. Gamer, there has not been any tornadoes today. I don't at least think there has been any. I'm doing well, Mother. Goose. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything, definitely let me know. Yeah. And let's go back off to the north. I think these storms back up here to the north are strengthening a little bit. Just going to take a look real quick. I'm going to go from the Amarillo radar site with these storms. The ones near Shamrock and as well as Wellington are definitely producing some fairly large hail. This one near Wellington right now could possibly be as high as baseball size. This storm has blown up, especially over the last few scans. Again, those black area right there is going to represent potentially very large hailstones. As I kind of mentioned in most of my forecasts, you can do exclamation point radar as well in the stream chat as well. And you can get a general idea of what these colors actually mean. But the pink, again, represents usually at least small hail, if not maybe even closer to quarter size. And eventually the black at least represents usually very large hail. So this very well could be very large hail here just to the west of Wellington out in the eastern panhandle. So definitely make sure you are aware of that if you're in Wellington. Again, I would recommend tonight, make sure you bring your car into your garage and whatnot, and take those proper precautions, because again, severe weather will be possible tonight. Also, a storm just to the north of Tulia has been weakening a little bit over the last few scans, probably up to quarter-sized hail now, and still maybe damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Again, that's for Happy, as well as Tulia, and as well as Vigo Park, and that's moving off to the southeast. Another storm again near Matador, off to the north of that. There's also some potentially $half sized hail with that storm and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Let me go put the velocities on these storms back out here to the southeast. I want to see what the velocities are looking like. I don't know what the radar is actually showing a whole lot in terms of wind, but not much rotation, but there's a little bit of wind. There's just some wind right now with these storms. Again, I don't expect any sort of tornado threat. I'm just kind of looking to see if these are indicating any sort of crazy winds. Sometimes they do. Looks like around 35, 40 miles per hour right now, so that's good news so far. We're not seeing anything too absurd. Let's go back to the storm over here in Fort Worth real quick. And as of right now, still strong storm in western Tarrant County and eastern Parker County. That's near Aledo and just to the west of Benbrook. It'll be going and approaching White Settlement and just to the west of Lake Worth here pretty shortly. Basically riding the county line right now, but nothing too crazy again with that storm. Again, we'll keep an eye on it in case it does become any stronger or severe, but as of right now, nothing too crazy. Okay, let's see. Abilene, Texas, it looks fine as of right now, but you might see some storms later tonight, so stay tuned. Have a good night, El Toro. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good night. Anyone in DFW tonight will not see the widespread storms until about 4 to 6 in the morning. That's kind of your timeline right now. Appreciate it, Samurai. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys click the link that's pinned in the live stream here, make sure to go follow my TikTok. I upload very short forecasts to it. I've started uploading like 30 to 40 second forecasts on there. They're pretty brief. I was doing it on YouTube before, but like a lot of my forecasts on YouTube are like 2 to 3 minutes, and they're usually more like the actual forecast. I appreciate it, Craig. Thank you. I don't know. I don't even know how many. I don't even know how I get this many views to begin with, to be honest. It's kind of mind-blowing to me. I never, honestly, I've told this story so many times, so I never thought I would get so many views ever, or any, like, subscribers ever. You know, when I first created my Facebook page, that was my first platform, I thought I was going to get about 1,000 followers, and that was going to be it after 4 years of college, and I've, I'm over like 30,000 now on Facebook. It's really crazy. Like, it's mind-blowing. It was never intended at all. It was never intended. It just kind of happened. By the way, if you are tuning into the live stream, I would appreciate if you hit that like button down below. It really helps out the live stream a lot. We're only 8 likes away from 50, so make sure to hit the like button down below. Would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe as well. I do have actually a new little transition, by the way, on the when I have to take a break. So I'll probably preview that at some point during the stream. Again, if you have any questions about any of the weather, definitely let me know. I will probably go over a future radar here in just a second as well on pivotal weather instead, because it's a little bit more high def. It's funny, Craig. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't live in Texas anymore, so I don't get recognized, but I did get recognized in Florida once, pretty recently. Like, within the last week. It was really weird. Apparently somebody follows me from Florida. It's pretty funny. Lots in Oklahoma. Yeah, you might see some damaging winds, but that'd be about it for you, Brian. But even then, I don't think you'll see too much tonight. It probably won't be until, I think Lawton is probably right around 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. in terms of timing. By the way, a new update on the severe thunderstorm warning for McGargle. That is currently hail the size of golf balls and as well as damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That is an update on this warning. So it's been downgraded by about 0.25 inches in diameter. It's not much, but there is a storm again to the north of Throckmorton. This storm is probably producing at least 10 egg sized hail. This is definitely a very prominent storm, at least on the radar right now. Very pronounced in terms of the hail core. And there's obviously the storm off to the northwest of Throckmorton. That's also probably producing at least ping pong to potentially even up to golf ball sized hail as well. So very strong, severe storms back out in western North Texas right now. And again, we have plenty of storms over in the Panhandle. We'll go to those if anything does change with them. But as of right now, they've been pretty much the same in terms of hail threat and whatnot as of recently. I appreciate G2. Denton will not probably see storms again until about 3 to 4 in the morning, possibly even as late as 6, but main threat tonight can be damaging winds for anyone in DFW. Might see a couple of again, you might see a storm earlier, but it will not probably be severe. I appreciate that, Shelly. Sacramento. Is that are you talking about California? There's a few Sacramentos out there. All right, latest radar update, by the way. This is a huge hail core right now, northeast of Throckmorton. Look at this thing. Yeah, it might be a strong storm. Jarrett, there might be a special weather statement on. I don't have special weather statements on. Let me turn them on, though. Yeah, there's a special weather statement for those in western Tarrant County as well as eastern Parker County. So basically includes Willow Park, White Settlement, Benbrook, Fort Worth is actually, for some reason, included. I don't think Fort Worth is really in this one, though. But this is a strong storm. Again, gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour and half-inch size hail, basically the only threats. It's not that concerning, but it will be definitely a storm to watch if it can try to develop. But what we've seen so far in the last several scans has just been a pretty consistent storm. It's been basically the same thing for a while now. So, yeah, there is a special weather statement on the storm in Fort Worth, but not severe at this time. But we'll definitely watch it to see if anything does develop with it. Let me turn special weather statements back off. I usually only put special weather statements back on, or put them on if there's like something really relevant, which obviously Dallas is relevant. Thank you, Maverick, by the way, for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Welcome. Hey, Sign, how you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I'm behind on stuff. Collin County right now, just seeing a little strong storm. Nothing too crazy, though. Again, gusty winds possible, maybe a little bit of pea-sized hail. That's about it, though, for you, TJ. Fort Worth tonight, again, damaging winds being the main threat tonight, Swaggy. And your timing basically going to be probably with around 4 to 6 a.m. unless you get that storm earlier. Even if you get that storm earlier, main threat, probably the best chance for storms tonight will be between about 4 and 6. Northern California, I got you, Shelly. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a few Sacramentos in the United States. I could be wrong. There's one in Texas. Probably a Sacramento in Texas, right? Nope, there isn't. Okay, never mind. I feel like Texas has so many towns, but I guess not. No, Brian, there's no tornado warnings, and I don't expect any tonight. I don't expect a tornado threat tonight, which hence is why my title does not say tornado or isolated tornadoes or whatever. I usually put the threats in my title, so it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect tonight. But there's very large hail, again, with this storm right here, northeast of Throckmorton. That white is representing probably baseball-sized hail right now. So there's very large hail right now in northeast of Throckmorton, northeastern Throckmorton County. Definitely seeing some very large hail. How's Austin looking? I don't think Austin's going to see anything tonight, Sign. Abilene might see a storm, though, tonight. But that would probably would have to happen over the next couple of hours. Clouds are super low. Yeah, they might be low. I mean, obviously low clouds are what causes storms. And yeah, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 34 likes away from 100. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We do live streams like this all the time. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for those just in eastern Throckmorton County. This does include the potential for now golf ball sized hail. And again, that's main threat. Not really any damaging winds with this. Mainly the threat for golf ball sized hail. I cannot rule out that's a bit larger though in this spot right here. This looks to be even potentially as large as hen egg, maybe even baseball sized hail. So it's definitely possibly larger there. Just east of Route 283, by the way. This is an extremely large hail core right now. Again, in far northeastern Throckmorton County. Already had 3 inches of rain? Really? Had 3 inches of rain in Lantana? Have you? Has there actually been that much rain in DFW? I know it rained earlier today, but I didn't realize it rained that much. I know DFW Airport reported, or recorded, excuse me, 2 inches. 2.18, I think it was. Yeah, Christian, go for it. You can. Nothing's holding you back. Wait, how bad would the storm be when it hits McKinney? Probably just damaging winds. Again, anyone in DFW, main threat going to be damaging winds tonight. By the way, thank you, Dan, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate your generous donation. Thanks so much, Dan. We appreciate your support watching the stream and whatnot. Thank you for the super chat again. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Gonna get some good sleep tonight. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, the main threat again gonna be probably between 4 to 6 in the morning. If you go to bed now, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. You'll probably wake up a little bit later tonight, but I'm gonna be primarily watching this storm again. I'll go back to the Panhandle if anything crazy develops, but as of right now, this is definitely the main storm. That looks to be, again, probably hen egg to possibly baseball sized hail. Last scan showing it a little bit lesser, but it's still probably pretty large hail. I think it's still hen egg size. Again, northern Throckmorton County. So definitely a storm to watch very closely. Brownwood, Texas, again, maybe, I don't think Brownwood will see too much tonight, but if you do, you might see a strong, maybe an isolated severe storm. Brownwood's a little bit, it's like a 50-50 tonight for you, John. Yeah, if you do have any questions, definitely feel free to leave them in chat. I might have missed a few. If I missed your question, definitely just make sure to repeat it, but don't spam it. I get too many spam questions. At least no tornadoes. That is true. Yep, no tornado. Again, I'm gonna pretty much say there's no tornado threat. There isn't anybody at the Storm Prediction Center either. There's the low-level jet. I mentioned it last night on last night's live stream when we had a few tornadoes. If you look at the low-level jet today, I mean, there's nothing. I just put it on. The greens are representing a weak low-level jet. We have nothing down here, basically. It's very limited. I mean, the winds right now are about 20 miles per hour, basically at the peak. Around the basically anywhere in these storms, 20 miles per hour for the low-level jet. So it's just extremely weak today, which is, again, very good news. We're not really seeing much rotation in any of these storms. Usually the minimum with the low-level jet is typically about 20 miles per hour. So, I mean, we're not even seeing that. So, again, very good news overall so far because we don't have any tornado, pretty much no tornado threat today. San Angelo, I don't think you'll see too much tonight, Brad. I think only strong storms down that way. There was a severe thunderstorm watch for the storms down here to the south. But as of right now, it looks to just be strong storms. Going back down here to San Angelo. Let's kind of look at it. If it loads. It'll load here in a second. I appreciate that, David. Thank you so much. Thank you, David, again, for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I appreciate your very kind words, and I appreciate your very generous donation. Thank you. But yeah, here's a look at San Antonio. Just some strong storms as of right now, but nothing severe. This has been basically a weakening complex of storms here for a while, so I don't really expect much out of that tonight. Main threat, again, can be back out in northern Texas and as well as into the Panhandle of Texas tonight. Is that going south? The storms are currently going east and south for the most part, so these storms right here are moving southeast. The ones down near San Angelo, I believe, are moving a bit more east-southeast right now. Can I go over the area west of DFW? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, all these storms are moving very slow. They're not... Again, we see a lot of slower storms during this time of the year, but yeah, they're definitely slow-moving storms. So again, the storm right now in western Fort Worth, that's moving off to the north right now. Let me put back on special weather statements. I believe there's just one on it right now. And again, the main threat being gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour and half-inch sized hail. This is, again, over Willow Park. It's about to go toward Lakeside eventually. White Settlement as well, Lake Worth. And eventually move off to the north toward 199, and it's just about to, it's basically crossing over Interstate 20 right now, so that'll be moving off to the north. Again, just a strong storm, nothing too much to be concerned about. There's also a strong storm near Allen right now. That could also be posing the same threats. I would expect at the maximum being pea-sized hail, but again, gusty winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour possible. Let's take a look at the velocities. I don't know if the wind is too high. Actually, there's actually no wind with that at all. The one over here in basically the area just to the south of Willow Park, the winds are being estimated around 36, so it is probably producing some gusty winds there. So there's definitely possibly some gusty winds there in eastern Parker County. But yeah, that's basically what it is as of right now. Nothing too crazy, just a strong storm. Main severe weather again back out to the east. And we'll see more storms later tonight, but they'll probably be firing up over the next few hours, and we'll eventually see a bit of more of a line of storms moving toward our area. Yeah, we'll keep you updated with that storm. By the way, thank you, Douglas, and as well as Wellman for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. No problem, TJ. Appreciate you tuning in. No problem at all. A new update on the severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. It's up to ping pong ball sized hail. I mentioned that earlier, but they just updated the warning, so it is up to ping pong ball sized hail now for the Throckmorton area. That's with this pink region here. And again, potentially up to Hennig, to potentially baseball size here. I know it doesn't say baseball size, but it possibly is a size that. So that is moving off to the east southeast very, very slowly, but surely. So that's just a little bit of an update there on that part of the storm. Samurai, I've been in a couple of tornado warnings before when in Denton County. Never seen a tornado though, at least in person. Have a good night, Roy. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. And your hometown of Graham. Nice, Derek. Yeah, Graham is basically going that direction. These storms are moving very slow, though. Let me put a timeline back on these, because it's a bit more of it's kind of like a line almost now, but that's a very small line, at least. Let me put a little track here on these storms. They're only moving about 12 miles per hour or so. I'm going to put about 13. So basically, the areas in the track of this, Olney right around 1041, Newcastle 1113, Woodson right around 1124, and Graham about 1202. That's your timing on this storm moving down to the south right now. By the way, those for just to the west of Paducah there's a potential for damage winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That was a new warning just issued for that area. That'll be eventually heading toward our coverage area, so just kind of something to keep in mind. I kind of cover all of Texas, but in terms of North Texas coverage area. Yeah, for the most part side, yeah, there's not much of a tornado threat tonight. Nothing to be too concerned about. No problem, Brad. I appreciate you tuning in. It is definitely windy in some spots. Louisville has some thunder. Yeah, you might have a couple of rumbles of thunder. It's from that strong storm just to the west of Fort Worth right now. That'll definitely be a storm to watch still, but Wiley Tornado 94. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I wasn't alive then. I haven't really researched that one either. West of Brownwood, there was a special weather statement. Okay, I'll put special weather statements back on. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything, definitely feel free to leave me a question in chat. It's a very interactive stream. Make sure to hit the like button, by the way. We are 3 likes away from 100, so if you haven't hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. All right, let me put special weather statements back on, and let's go down to the south. Yeah, there's a special weather statement for San Angelo. Gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour. That's what that is at this point. Again, the one in Fort Worth is still damaging, or gusty winds, excuse me, up to 40 miles per hour. There might be a new one issued to that. The storm near Plano right now, just to the north of Plano, seems like it's being a bit stronger. Storm here near Fairview and McKinney. It's a bit of a strong storm there near Allen. But again, possibly pea-sized hail and some gusty winds with this storm. It could possibly strengthen as well. I mean, both these storms are pretty much the same in terms of their, intensity. They're basically gusty winds and maybe a little bit of small hail. That's basically it at this point. I don't think, again, these ones will become severe. I think the only severe storms that will happen tonight will be with that line of storms that DFW sees later tonight. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. And again, we have some very large hail north of Throckmorton. Again, a very dangerous storm right now. That black area representing potentially hen egg-sized hail, maybe even a little bit larger than that. So this is, again, very large hail right now. North of Throckmorton, and as well as near McGargle, down to the southwest of there. Yes, Karen, that storm is heading right toward McKinney. It's very slowly moving off to the north, but it is going toward McKinney. Lewis, I don't know which storm you're talking about. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Welcome back. You're doing well. Yeah, if you're new here to our live stream, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Again, we do live streams like this all the time, and you can stay updated with the latest on our severe weather. We also have another chance for severe weather on Friday for the panhandle of Texas. I'll have another detailed forecast for you tonight on that one. There looks to be all threats are going to be possible on that one for the panhandle on Friday. DFW likely not going to see much in terms of severe weather, though, in terms of after today. So, or after really tomorrow, I should say. Not looking to be anything too crazy after Thursday morning. There'll be a slight risk for severe weather for Amarillo and as well as Lubbock, so definitely going to be an area to watch for Friday. Like thunderstorms? Yeah, a lot of people do like thunderstorms. I mean, I like seeing them. As long as they're like ordinary storms, they're pretty nice to see. Or if it's like an open field, severe thunderstorm, that's also cool as well. Can I put a tracker on the forward storm? Yeah, I can put a tracker. I will put a little path on here. I don't think it's moving. I really don't think the storm is moving that much at all. It says it's 5 miles per hour. I think it's going slightly faster than 5 miles per hour. Unless, I mean, the storm has been moving a little bit faster, I think, than 5 miles per hour. But it's a bit of a track. I'm going to put it at about 10. Here's the timing on the left side of your screen. So as of right now, Willow Park, 1040. White Settlement, 1046. Westworth, right around 1048. River Oaks, 1057. Lake Worth, 1103. Sansom Park, right around 1109. Saginaw, 1132. Pelican Bay, 1152. And Reno, right around 1159. That's the path at this point in terms of the strong storm. But it has been weakening over the last couple of stands by a little bit. But it could definitely still be producing the same threats. And the one near Allen and Plano, I'll put a track on this one too. Not moving fast. I don't think this one's moving that fast either. So Lucas 1038, Fairview 1055, McKinney 1112. I think it's actually going a bit faster than that. Let me put this a little bit better here. I think these storms are moving at least 15. I think the radar's underestimating them. Let's go do 14. So Fairview about 1038, Lowry Crossing 1044, McKinney right around 1051, Princeton right around 1057, Melissa 1119, Anna right around 1136, Blue Ridge 1139. Trenton, 1220, and Tom Bean right around 1229. If you need to take a screenshot or anything like that, you can definitely do that. Just pause the live stream or go back a few seconds. The easiest way to do it. We have a new hail report, by the way, of a ping pong ball-sized hail near Westover. So there was a new report with that portion of the storm, not the one that I was looking at before that was possibly producing baseball-sized hail, but there was a report of ping pong ball-sized hail just to the southeast by about 2 miles of Westover. So just a new report there. Just keep that in mind for those that are in this area. Again, that's near McGurgle as well as to the north of Throckmorton. This is where your most severe storms are as of right now. They're moving to the southeast very slowly, but they are definitely moving. Yeah, Central Texas, not too much. There's a little, like, strong line of storms going that way, but I think it might just stay down to the south of Albany. Abilene, excuse me. I don't know why I just said Albany, but, well, that's actually in the same area, but Abilene. Is there any storms in Central Texas? As of right now, there's not much. All the activity is down to your south. I'm actually going to change over to the Albany radar site. Or more, I don't know what the radar site really is, but yeah, the storms are down to the southwest. They're just strong, nothing too crazy. And maybe just some gusty winds at this point, but not severe. Main storms are getting back out here to the north, and I'll probably stay with this radar site. This radar site's a bit more close to these storms now. Is there a storm by Longview? I don't think so. Yeah, Longview, not seeing anything right now. Hey, you're Brian. How you doing? Welcome back. No problem, Virginia. Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome back. Hey, if you're new here, make sure to hit the like button. We're only like 20 likes away from 150 or 30 or something like that. Would really appreciate it. And yeah, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. I will probably actually have a live stream, by the way. There won't be severe weather tomorrow. There will be probably Friday. I might have a live stream tomorrow night or sometime Friday about the tropical possibilities with that little system, that little invest in the Gulf of Mexico. I might have a little live stream on that as well, so stay tuned for that as well. And again, we'll have there'll probably be severe weather on Friday in the Panhandle of Texas. I will do a live stream on that one. Pretty much 100%. So, anything work for Oklahoma? Yeah, there is a flash flood warning up in Oklahoma right now. I think it's just mostly rain. I have not seen any severe weather up here in Oklahoma at all. Let me go back to the radar site up here near Frederick. Yeah, looks like a lot of strong storms, but I don't see anything that's particularly severe. Maybe some nickel-sized hail near Carter and Sentinel, but other than that, that's about it. There's the possibility for some large hail back out here to the west, though. But I think that should stay out to your west. There's definitely a flash flooding risk there in central and western Oklahoma. Definitely an area to watch in terms of flash flooding. Hey, Mud Duck, how you doing? Welcome back. Thank you, Jen, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, if I missed anybody's subscriptions or anything like that, I do apologize. It sometimes doesn't pop up. Or it might pop up late. For some reason, YouTube delays it a little bit. Nice, Christian. I appreciate Logan. Thank you. I appreciate Derek. Thank you. All right, going back to these storms, for those that are just joining us, there is an ongoing threat again for damaging winds with a potential for very large hail with a couple of these storms. Again, up to golf ball size is currently what we're looking at. For those near Throckmorton. So just to the north of Throckmorton right now, there is potential for golf ball sized hail. Again, where these black and pink regions are, that's representing the potential for very large, or not very large, excuse me, large hail in general. So that's definitely going to be an area, again, to watch for large hail, and you can kind of see it going through as well as near McGargle and down to the south. There's plenty of areas in here that are representing some pink, which definitely represents, again, quarter-sized hail or greater in some instances. But again, this little black area representing probably your greatest hailstone size is right around golf ball size. So definitely a storm to watch. Again, Throckmorton's starting to hit by some rain right now. Just off to the north of that, there's definitely some large hail there. Again, near Fort Worth as of right now, we have a couple of strong storms in the DFW area. We have one in Collin County, and this one right now is producing, again, possibly some pea-sized hail or maybe even some gusty winds near Fairview and just to the south of McKinney. So that'll be an area to watch as well. And there's also one in western Fort Worth and eastern Parker County. And that'll also be a storm to watch. Again, some gusty winds and maybe a little bit of small hail. Again, none of these are severe at this time. And that's what we're looking at right now. There's also a little strong storm up here near Durant right now. That's moving off to the north as well. That might actually become severe at some point down the road, but that'll also be a storm to watch. Let's go back out in the Panhandle of Texas real quick. There are several severe thunderstorm warnings out here. All of them have the same threat, so I'm not going to really go through the threat levels with all of them, but damaging winds and some quarter-sized hail will be possible with all of them. One near Tulia, and as well as going towards Silverton. That storm's been moving very slowly. The one near Turkey as well, producing the same threats. One down to the south of that, closer areas like Matador is also producing the same threats, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. It might even be a little bit larger than that. I can't rule out it's a little bit larger in terms of the hailstone sizes. There's also a storm near Wellington right now that is also producing some quarter-sized hail. No damaging wind threat with that one. And there's, again, a flash flood warning ongoing for those near Elk City and Weatherford. They already saw plenty of rain yesterday, and they're going to see more today. So, or tonight, I should say. So, yeah, there's a lot of rain, obviously, ongoing. And flash flooding risk will definitely exist with all these storms tonight, just due to the fact a lot of storms are overlapping. So definitely something to keep in mind tonight, because we will definitely have a flash flood threat with some of these storms. And I believe I'm actually going to pull up the hail core real quick. Or actually, no, I'm going to pull up the rain totals real quick over the last 12 hours. Now let's take a look at what we've seen in terms of rain. So far with this storm, this is updated at 10 o'clock, so it's not going to show the rain ongoing right now. But you can see there's already been almost 3 inches of rain near Westover. So there's been a lot of rain there already just to the east of Seymour. And there's obviously been a lot of rain back up here to the north, which is not actually popping up. Wait, is this not the last 12 hours? Might be. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is the last 12 hours. So you can see that, you know, this area here near Weatherford and Elk City, a lot of rain, between 5 to 6 inches. Some areas close to 7 inches estimated by radar. So there's been a lot of rain right along Interstate 40, and they already saw a lot of rain yesterday. In DFW, there was some areas in here, I know from earlier today, that saw a lot of rain. Near DFW Airport, it was around 2.18 inches, so basically pretty close to that. You can see near Grapevine, essentially as high as 3 inches. Louisville saw about 1.5 inches. So there's already been a lot of rain today. And back out here to the west, a lot of other rain. There's a flash flood warning over here. I believe that's near Turkey, and it is. So you can see there's rainfall totals between 3 to 4 inches. So there's already been a lot of rain. We will see more rain tonight. Again, a lot of beneficial rain for those that need it, but unfortunately, it's too much in a very small amount of time, which is creating that flash flooding potential. So that's kind of what's happening as of right now with these storms. Again, a lot of rain, and again, the potential for severe weather still does exist with these storms tonight. Yeah, if you don't have notifications turned on, you have to. You might have to turn on all notifications. If you click the bell down below, hit the subscribe, and like click the all notifications. That might be why, Virginia. And it also might be because I posted. So I think YouTube has like, if you post 3 videos within 24 hours, any more videos or live streams after that you don't get notified. That might be a thing. I think it is. I can't remember though. So that might have also been why, because I posted 3 videos today on YouTube. Because I had watching the tropics episode, I had my normal daily forecast, and I also had a severe weather update. So three forecasts. All my forecasts are typically like 3 minutes anyways. So yeah, son, you're probably fine. Austin should be fine. I'm doing better, Steven. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't really, I don't know what was up last night. I got a bad headache, but I'm doing fine today. Yeah, I'm doing much better. So Seymour, thank you, Virginia. Yeah, I butcher a lot of names, but Seymour should be one I should be able to pronounce. See many twisters and Graham. Gotcha. Yeah, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 7 likes away from 150. I would really appreciate it. These storms, by the way, are starting to actually weaken a little bit, so that's good news. A lot of the last scan just showing maybe, again, possibly some $1.25 to $1/2 size tail, but they've definitely been weakening as they move a little bit further to the south and east. So, again, very slow-moving storms today. And they'll obviously continue. These storms are not going to really be speeding up by much. I don't know why I always call it Seymour. Yeah, I know it's Seymour. Thank you. Thank you, Trod, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. A new special weather statement just got issued, by the way, for Newcastle. And that's for gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour and 1/2-inch size hail. So this there might not be a new severe thunderstorm warning. There might be one for Throckmorton County, but I'm not sure about. I don't know if there will be one yet. We'll see. Yeah, did anybody else, for those that are subscribed and have notifications on, did anybody else get a notification for this live stream? I don't know if any of you guys actually got a notification through your like mobile device. Because I did post 3 videos today, so it might have been why you didn't get one. Petersburg, Texas. I gotta look that one up, Stephen. 1 second. Oh, that's near Lubbock. Now you should be fine. The storm should stay off to your east. Gotta see. The storms right now, we're gonna probably stay off to your northeast. No need to panic tonight. Is there gonna be a hurricane this hurricane season in Texas? Probably not. I mean, there could be, but it's kind of hard to determine that. But there might be one. I don't know why I said probably not, but there might be one. It's too hard to determine this early. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Welcome back. Thank you, by the way, OG, for the like. I appreciate it. Yeah, there was some rain this early afternoon in DFW. I didn't really post too much about it, but so some of you guys got notifications. Okay, gotcha. I know. I really don't know. YouTube is kind of weird sometimes. I think there's some sort of thing where if you post like 3 videos in a day, you won't get notifications after that one. No problem, Kenny. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. If I don't see you again. Yeah, for I can't say the name. Albany. No, I keep saying Albany. Abilene. I don't know. I'm getting these mixed together for some reason. But yeah, that area right now, there's some strong storms down to your south. Mainly just rain, but gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour will also be possible. So that's the main threat with these storms. Again, that's kind of moving off to the east. I don't know how fast these are going. I can probably put a little timeline on here. See if I put a timeline on here for these storms. Moving about 20. The problem is these storms are all moving. They're not moving in the same direction, I don't think. I think they're kind of moving, they're like moving east. They're also developing a little bit more to the north. Let me try to put a better track on here. Because these are strong storms. They probably won't be severe, but they could be strong. And awesome. I have to restart my software. Yay. All right, give me 1 second. I'll put a track on those storms over here in a second once I get my radar restarted. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the live stream. I would really appreciate it. Ignore this background, by the way. There's not this is not the threat level for today. We should be booting up here in a second. All right, let's go back down to the storms that I was going to put a track on. For some reason, Correct, didn't work. All right, let's go put this back on. So it's about 25 miles per hour. I'd say it might be going slightly faster than that. But here's a bit of a look at the timing on this area of the storms, and it's going about 25 or so. Put about 25. So as long as it's going 25, it might be slightly faster than that. But basically, Lawn will be right around 11:18. Buffalo Gap 11:19. Abilene, right? Yeah, Abilene right around 11:46. Coleman 11:48. Santa Ana right around 12:03. Clyde 12:11. Bayard or Baird, hopefully I'm saying the name right, 12:21, as well as Cross Plains 12:33. That's your timeline on the strong storms. Again, these are not producing, they probably won't become severe, but they'll definitely produce some gusty winds and maybe a little bit of like pea-sized hail, but beyond that, probably not too much in terms of that line of storms. But yeah, that's their timeline on those storms. Let's go back to DFW real quick. I'm not sure if this storm's been developing in anything in Fort Worth, but we'll look at it real quick. Goes from the other radar sites a bit stronger, but yeah, it's still a strong storm. Again, for those near White Settlement, Lake Worth, it's a little strong storm moving off to the north. It's very slow moving, so beneficial rain, but definitely not severe. Just a little strong storm, maybe some pea-sized hail, gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. Still possible with that storm as it moves off to the north. So definitely a storm to watch. All right, let me go back to this radar site. We'll kind of keep an eye on these storms. I don't know if they've changed here over the last few minutes, but yeah, most of these storms right now, definitely a lot of heavy rain, but as of right now, I'd expect maybe up to $half sized hail with those storms. Galveston, Texas. I think anything's even going on down there. It's dry as a bone down in southeastern Texas. If you need to, you can pause the screen, but there's not really anything down there. Drinking too much vodka? That's a recipe for disaster right there. By the way, thank you, Eric, as well as Mind Control. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Welcome on in. Thank you. Haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, by the way. Would really appreciate it. And my flavor with this drink right now is completely out. I need a new flavor. By the way, does my mic sound any different from last night? Does it sound more echoey or does it sound less echoey? I've been using this like sound panel thing. You might see it. I just got this on Amazon. I used it for last night's live stream. I don't know if there's any difference in the mic quality. But if there is, I'll put this one back. I'll put that back on. If you guys even remember, I don't know if you guys would really notice it, but if you don't notice, then there's probably no difference at all with it. So for those that tuned in last night, yeah, if you remember it all, let me know. All right. Severe weather tomorrow will probably primarily be southeast of North Texas, John. I don't expect much of a threat in DFW. It'd probably be basically before 6 in the morning for the DFW Metroplex, but there might be a little bit of severe weather in south, like basically far eastern Texas tomorrow, but it'll be pretty much during like the late morning hours. It's kind of the threat at this point. No difference? Okay. I think it might be a little bit more echoey, but I couldn't really tell you. I didn't really watch my live stream last night. No problem. No problem at all, Dick. Yeah, southeast Texas, I don't think we'll see anything until maybe tomorrow. Might be a few storms down there, I think. Severe weather not expected down there. Again, for those that are just joining us, there's another potential for severe weather in the panhandle of Texas and western Texas on Friday. So I'll probably have a live stream for that one as well. So just make sure you turn on post notifications as well as hit the subscribe button. Release on that. The problem with my mic, it's not even my mic, it's just my room. My room is like 15 feet tall almost. It's really weird. So kind of creates a much larger echo in here. By the way, thank you, Tiffany, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, David. So storms going toward Austin. I don't think they'll make it to Austin. Austin should probably stay dry tonight. You might see storms tomorrow, but it'll probably be low end. If there's any new severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't think there's any new warnings yet, but again, all these storms are moving very slow, so we're not really going to see a new warning probably with many of these. They'll probably be lasting like an hour or so, so that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. All right, thank you, everybody. Joe, I really don't know who, like, I know who Ryan Hall is, but I don't even watch him, so I couldn't tell you. I've never watched him ever. I kind of just do my own thing. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Circle. It's like flavored water with no sugar. And it literally looks like water, but there's like a little thing on top. It's pretty good. You guys might have seen it on TikTok. If you guys watch TikTok at all, there was a bunch of TikTok ads back in like last year. I didn't get it from TikTok ads. I actually got it from a Facebook ad. But yeah, it's pretty good. By the way, if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely let me know. McKinney, as of right now, just a little downpour. It looks like maybe a little weak storm, but nothing else than that. That storm has been kind of weakening as it goes off to the north. The one near Fort Worth, though, is a bit stronger. Yeah, this is the one near McKinney. So maybe a little bit pea-sized tail possibly still, but other than that, pretty much nothing too crazy. I appreciate that, Steven. Yeah, guys, you guys probably don't understand, but like today, for example, I literally spent, no joke, about 7 hours making different forecasts today. I think I made 2 for TikTok. I only uploaded 1, and I made 3 for YouTube. I also just started a live stream, and I think that's it. And then obviously I made a bunch of weather graphics for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So, you know, I do a lot. It's a one-man show. Bangs, Texas. You might see some storms later tonight, but probably not for a little while. But it's about a 50% chance there for the Brownwood County area. Yeah, again, for those in Fort Worth, there's a little strong storm there. Not severe at this time. Let me go back to stay with the little radar here down to the south right now. What do you mean by that, David? Oh, do you mean like use the same video? Not really, because TikTok is shorter. All my forecasts that I make for YouTube are 2 to 3 minutes long, bare minimum. Usually they're about that, or 2 to 4 minutes. When I do TikTok, they're usually 30 to 40 seconds, so they're a lot shorter on TikTok. So I actually have to make several videos. But if you do want to follow our TikTok, our link is actually pinned on the feed here. It's at the top of your screen if you're looking at the chat. I post some short forecasts on there, so. Welcome back, Christian. Welcome back. Yeah, I do. I technically make multiple forecasts too. I mean, my main area is North Texas. That's for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Then YouTube is basically all of these Southern Plains now. So I've been basically doing all these Southern Plains now for my YouTube channel. I don't plan on changing that. It'll probably stay Southern Plains. It might expand further, but I don't think I will. For at least right now. I've been expanding pretty rapidly recently, but there's no new warnings, by the way. I was just looking. I thought there was a new one, but not yet. There's also a hail report, by the way, of there's pretty large hail up here. And I was talking about this. It might have been larger, but there's baseball-sized hail reported in Motley County, Texas. So there's some fairly large hail up here. This warning has not been updated. So that's new. Or Matador. So that I'm saying the name right now, probably not, but that is again a new report of baseball-sized hail back in the Panhandle of Texas. That is going to be moving toward Paducah pretty soon, and near Roaring Springs as well. So that's a pretty dangerous storm up that way. We'll definitely be watching that one pretty closely. And some baseball-sized hail up there. Definitely some very large hail tonight. So. Yeah, I will say TikTok is, again, I post a lot of short forecasts on there. It's kind of like a testing place for me right now. Just kind of testing out different stuff. Because, like, I don't know if I'll keep doing it. I'll probably do TikTok, like, I'll probably make, like, 1 forecast a day or something like that. That's kind of what my plan is. But TikTok's obviously a very small platform for me compared to, like, YouTube and whatnot, but. By the way, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 25 likes away from 200. And if you are new here, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm back out to this storm. This storm, again, has been producing baseball-sized hail. I'm going to kind of focus a little bit more on this storm for right now. And we'll go back down to the east here in a minute. But again, north of Roaring Springs, this storm is potentially producing baseball-sized hail. It was just reported by a co-op observer. So there's possibly baseball-sized hail with this storm. Again, this is near the Panhandle of Texas, but very dangerous storm here. as of right now. I know it's just, by the way, it's showing rotation. It's not really rotating that much, so don't be concerned about that. Again, we don't really have much of a low-level jet tonight, so, or we really don't have any. It's very weak. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a Patriots fan, John. Sign, I will have a bit more of a detailed forecast on severe weather next week, probably in a couple of days. But it's a little bit too early to tell. If there's any severe weather next week, it probably will be on the low end, but you never know. Might be a little bit higher. We'll see. No problem, B-Love. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for the compliment. DFW over the next couple of hours, maybe an isolated storm. That's basically about it in the DFW Metroplex here over the next 2 hours. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there's baseball-sized hail that was just reported by a co-op observer near just northeast of Roaring Spring. So this is an area right along Route 62 that is producing baseball-sized hail, so keep that in mind. ULIS, again, maybe an isolated storm over the next couple of hours, but as of right now, not expecting any severe weather soon. By the way, this warning was just updated, so baseball-sized hail now possible for those that are in Roaring Springs, and as well as Matador. I'm probably not saying that right, but I'm going to keep going with it. So that's another area. Again, this is an area that's producing baseball-sized hail, and that'll be tracking down to the southeast. Next in line, basically, after this is not going to be much. There's not much really in the path after that. I don't know what's in this county. It doesn't show any names on this map. But yeah, there's baseball-sized hail ongoing, so just keep that in mind for up here in the, near the more of the panhandle of Texas, that kind of region right now. Yeah, there's a little hook, but again, the rotation today, there might be a, like, you can sometimes see these false hooks. It's basically a false hook because there's not really many rotation with this sort of storm. And again, the low-level jet today is just so weak. There's a little bit of inflow, definitely don't get me wrong, but the low-level jet is just, I don't think it's going to be strong enough to rotate really any storms. And there's also a new update on this storm near Turkey, by the way. This is also producing golf ball-sized hail, so a new update there as well. The warning, the severe thunderstorm warnings, by the way, for those in western North Texas have expired for right now. There might be a new one issued here shortly, but we'll see. Lockmore in rotation? No, I don't think that storm's rotating. That storm's been weakening for a while. Yeah, and this storm right along Route 62, producing baseball-sized hail, just reported moments ago. North Richland Hills and DFW. Anyone in DFW tonight won't see storms probably until 4 to 6, unless you get an isolated storm beforehand. You might see a storm a little bit earlier. Storms will happen probably before 6 or 7, Lisa. But if you're driving to like New Orleans or something like that, you're probably going to see storms. Like if you're driving like south and east, you might see storms during the morning. Matador? Is that better? Matador. Hopefully that name's right. Let's see. Tornado threat tonight in DFW? No tornado threat. I'm not expecting any sort of tornadic activity tonight, really anywhere. Yeah, here's another look at like almost like a little hook up here, even near, you know, east of Tulia and south or west, excuse me, of Silverton. That's also a storm that looks like it has a hook, but again, low-level jet is just so weak tonight. These storms are not going to really be rotating, so I'm not concerned about a tornado threat tonight. If you want the 7-day forecast, Christian, you can go in the description below, and there's a link to it. Or you can just go to our website, too. I don't know if there was... No, Virginia, that was a... I don't think there was low-level shear that day. There was definitely low-level shear for that morning tornado. I'm almost positive. Website's linked in the description below, Samurai. Yeah, if you want to check out the website, the link should be down there. I think it is. Yeah, it's in the... Wait, it actually isn't down there. I don't have my description. Wait, okay, wait, I have to put that in there, I guess. One moment. I have my description. Alright, just put it down there. I'll put it in the chat. That's our website. If you want to take a look... Again, we have an automatically updating 7-day forecast on there for, like, the DFW area, so... Virginia, I don't remember what the range was, but there was definitely low-level shear. The low-level jet, I don't know about that. I really can't remember. I would have to go back in my stream and see if I even put that data up there. Because I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did. Alright, going back to the DFW area real quick. Get an update on the strong storm. Yeah, so strong storm right now going through Lake Worth and just past through White Settlement near Saginaw and just to the south of Reno, and that's going off to the north. Again, this area of storm's moving fairly slowly, but again, possibly some gusty winds or small hail possible with this as it moves off to the north. Nothing too crazy with this storm. Again, moving off to the north. Special weather statements are on, so this one is not, as of right now, with a special weather statement. We have a couple of special weather statements back out here to the west for these storms that are currently near Throckmorton as well as Newcastle. Again, some nickel-sized hail and gusty winds possible with these two storms as well. And as you can kind of see here, looking at in terms of this storm, the velocities, by the way, are actually pretty. What's showing on the radar right now is actually some fairly strong winds, 50 to 55 here. So there's possibly maybe some close to damaging winds now near Throckmorton. So this actually might get warned again. That's definitely some strong winds. Cell is definitely weakened overall, but it's definitely a little bit still maintaining some strength as of right now. And again, for those that are just joining us, there's been already some baseball-sized hail reported near Matador. So it's another area that we're watching for some baseball-sized hail right now. And that's really, this is the area. Again, anywhere the blacks and those pinks are going to represent your potential for, again, very large hailstones, especially with this sort of storm. So blacks really representing that potential for some baseball-sized hail with this storm. Again, it's going to be going over Route 62 here pretty shortly, moving down to the south, and it'll eventually go toward Roaring Springs, or it might just stay to the northeast of Roaring Springs, but that's the track as of right now. Yeah, Virginia, I have that problem too. I remember numbers. I remember a lot of numbers for some reason. Thank you, Jeff, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, by the way, if you're new here. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. Let's see if we get to 4,000 subscribers tonight. That might be a long stretch, but we might be able to get there. Also, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 13 likes away from 200. Would appreciate it. Let me see how many, I don't know how many subscribers I'm away from 4,000. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but let's, let me take a look real quick. Yeah, we're only 144 subscribers away. I say only. That's a lot, but you never know. Might be able to get to 4,000 tonight. We got plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. Excuse me. There's 3 out in central and really central northwestern Oklahoma, or Texas, excuse me. Obviously, I have the special weather statements out in western North Texas. These are the only 3 severe thunderstorm warnings we have as right now. I would expect that coverage to increase over the next hour or so. Here's a look at that storm again, producing baseball-sized hail right along and just north of Route 62. So that's definitely a storm to watch fairly closely. And it's moving down to the south. I'm going to put a track on this one, too. I don't know if it's going really toward any areas, but moving about 12 miles per hour. Not really moving much, but put a track on it. Nope. Nowhere in the area. And there might be a couple of rural areas, but yeah, this is a fairly rural area. The exception being this road, obviously, Route 70, Route 62. So you hope to see some nice storms in Alberta, Canada this year. That's some high expectations. I don't know how many storms Alberta, Canada sees, but yeah, I don't know. Have a good night, David. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. Thank you, Sign, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, the site's pretty basic in my opinion. I've thought about doing some more things on my website, but like, I don't know. It just, you know, what I'm doing already right now, it's just so time consuming. I really can only do so many things, and the website has become a little bit least of my worries in terms of stuff right now. It's automatically updating for the most part, so it's, you know, it's not like I have to really do anything with it, but I would like to post news articles and stuff like that. It's just, again, very time consuming and whatnot. Yeah, Virginia, yeah. The hook disappeared, obviously. It was basically a false hook. We see that sometimes with these sort of storms. The storm looks to be strengthening again, at least from that radar site. Let me take a look at this one again. It's near Throckmorton. It's obviously on our special weather statement. Definitely some damaging winds with this. That's definitely without a doubt with this storm right now near Throckmorton in Throckmorton County. The winds right now being estimated by radar are as high as 60. So this storm is probably producing some fairly strong downburst winds right now. I'm surprised it's not severe thunderstorm warned. But that's in Throckmorton County, again, in far western North Texas, just to the north of Woodson right now. A few areas in this storm right now producing. One's actually, the little speck here is showing about 70. That might be a little bit overestimated, but it's definitely very strong winds. I'm surprised this is not warned. Go back to the other radar. I'm going to get a little bit of a look from both of them. And this is further away from the radar site, so it's probably not going to be nearly as accurate. It says about 40, up to 45. I think it could be, it possibly is a little bit stronger. The storm from the even, you know, the southern radar site here should be giving the more accurate data regardless in terms of winds. We'll see. Definitely some strong winds, though, for those in Throckmorton County. Definitely be prepared for that. Yeah, if you have any reports or anything like that of any of the storms ongoing, if you're in any of them, definitely let me know. And if you have any questions about anything, definitely let me know about that as well. We're only 3 likes away, by the way, from 200. So if you haven't hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. Welcome, John. How you doing? Welcome. What's the hourly forecast? You can also check out the hourly forecast on our website, too. Again, for those who are just joining us, there is some baseball-sized hail happening right now northeast of Roaring Springs, right along 62 and 70. Again, any of these little black specks kind of popping up here, you're definitely representing your potential for very large hailstones, again, up to the size of baseballs. There's already been baseball-sized hail reported with this storm. It's moving currently to the southeast. Virginia, staff are expensive, though. Staff can be expensive if you have to, like, hire them or something like that. I don't think a chat mod would be a terrible idea, but, like, still kind of early in my opinion. We've already had some nice ones there in Alberta, Canada. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Canada weather. All I know is it's really cold during the winter. I didn't know really there was that many storms, though, up there. I realized there were some severe thunderstorm warnings yesterday, but... Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. A lot of people say I have a radio voice, but, you know. I know that, Virginia, but, like, I don't make... The stats don't mean I make a lot of money. I mean, I don't make enough money to supply myself with actual people to help me out. So, I'm not really in that sort of position. I probably won't be, but if I am, then it's a different story, but it's not in that spot. Sign, I'll probably be live past midnight. I don't think... I'll probably be past a little bit past midnight. I don't know when I'll end my live stream. It'll probably be at least another 2 hours, though, I think. Unless nothing's on the radar in 2 hours, but I think there'll definitely be more development then. Christian, no, I don't. Do not need to sleep. All right, back to the radar again. For those that are just tuning in, there's a baseball-sized hailstorm right now, basically to the northeast of Roaring Springs. Again, this is producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and also the potential for baseball-sized hail. This is moving to the southeast. And as of right now, the winds on radar, in terms of the velocities, are not really showing a whole lot in terms of the wind. When we're really seeing about 50 around, basically right around 50 miles per hour in terms of the wind gusts. So it could very well be up to 50 miles per hour, but definitely not damaging, I would say, at this point. But it definitely could produce some things to tip over and whatnot. As of right now, no other warnings. We have a bunch of special weather statements. We have a large one there for El Dorado and going toward Junction. That's the line of storms weakening, or actually not really weakening. It's been fairly strong for a while. Definitely not severe, but this is another line of storms down here in central Texas. Moving toward Abilene right now. I don't know why I'm saying the name so wrong today, but I can't get out of my voice. Abilene, I can't say it. But that's also an area that's going to see storms pretty soon. Again, Bollinger right now seeing some storms. Strong, again, gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour possible with this entire line of storms. It's all moving off to the east and northeast. And obviously, we got some strong storms ongoing here near Throckmorton. And these are possibly producing some nickel-sized hail and gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour. Can't rule out it's higher than that, though. I think the damaging winds are possible with that storm up to 65. And we also got some strong storms right now near the Metroplex. These are not severe, but they're also strong. And these are moving kind of off northeast. So just keep that in mind. Again, that's near Lake Worth, going towards Saginaw, eventually toward Hazlitt. And we also got one near Willow Park. So keep that in mind. No, there's not a mailing address for donations. The only way you can donate to my page, I have a Donately link on my link tree. There's also a link in the description that you can donate, and it'll appear on stream as well. But you can donate in the description. There's a link. I think it's the second link down, and there's also super chats. So you can kind of do, that's kind of your like options. I don't have a mailing address or anything like that for donations though. Hey Glory, how you doing? Welcome. How you doing today? Falling asleep on my last 2 live streams. I don't know if that's a compliment or a something else, but there was James early. Interesting. Know that. How you doing, Hawk? Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Everybody's doing well. Recognize a lot of you guys from last night's stream. Got a comment on my Facebook post. What is the green for? But I don't know what's that referring to. Oh, that's just, never mind. I can imagine, I can imagine people falling asleep to just regular commentary to something without like anything in the background. I can't imagine that. Kind of like ASMR. Somebody told me I should do an ASMR stream but for weather. And I was like, there's no way I'm doing ASMR for weather. Just no way. Oh, that'd be terrible. All right, we got this. By the way, this storm up here near west of Silverton's been really severe very severe for a while. Looks to be producing larger hail than quarters, by the way, right along 86. That's to the east of Tulia. The storm's been moving very slowly as well, but take a look at the velocities. Again, no rotation really with this storm. There's actually a little bit, but it's very, very broad going away from the radar. But a little bit of wind going away from the radar. Makes it kind of look like there's maybe a little bit of rotation, but nothing too crazy. Again, rotation tonight, the low-level jet's just too weak for any tornado development, in my opinion. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Welcome from Iowa. Welcome on in. That is not a hook. No, that is not a hook. Chilling with the thunder and the storms here in Oklahoma. Nice, Hawk. Nice. Burleson will get rain, Mary. Yes, I do expect Burleson to get some rain tonight. 90% chance or so. Just working on a project. Nice, nice. Guessing it's schoolwork or something like that. Yes, ASMR. Yes, I don't think I'm ever going to do an ASMR live stream or a video ever. Because I just don't want to. I just don't think that's worth it. Christian, I don't know if it's going to be a long live stream, but how long have I been live for? About an hour? I mean, technically a long live stream means 6 hours for me, so this one would probably be like 3. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for Throckmorton. I've been talking about the storm for a while. This storm is producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and some half-dollar sized hail. That's very prominent with the storm. It's definitely producing damaging winds. I could definitely tell you that. But again, some half-dollar sized hail also possible for those in Throckmorton. It also includes Woodson. And it's moving off to the east right now. So just keep that in mind. Again, that's a severe storm that was just issued moments ago. Yes, I do cover hurricanes as well. Yes, I do. Tropics. If you want to watch my latest tropical weather video, I just posted one earlier today. Not very long. It was like 5 or 6 hours ago, I think. You can watch that video. Just click my main channel. You can find that. I think it's the second to last video that I just posted. You're from Burleson too? Nice, nice. Kaufman County, for the most part, just damaging winds, if anything, tonight, Victor, but that'd be about it. ASMR is weird. Yeah, a lot of people, it's definitely true. A lot of people think ASMR is weird. Honestly, like, I don't know if I'll, I've been thinking about doing like a kind of like a funny ASMR video, like just kind of meme it almost, but like, it'd be like something on TikTok or something, like that. It would definitely not be a main channel video or anything like that. That'd be terrible. Just checking in on North Texas. Yeah, the damaging winds might be possible later tonight, but it's going to be probably after like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's going to be a late night threat tonight. This storm doesn't really have an inflow notch. It's more of it almost looks like it's bowing out almost a little bit. There was some strong winds though with this. The winds being estimated by radar were pretty high with this. Being estimated by radar is right around 60 to 65. So there's definitely some very strong winds associated with this storm. But nah, it's not really inflow per se with this storm. There's like inflow, but it's not like an inflow notch with like, rotating storms or whatnot. ASMR weather. Next level weird. Don't disagree. Also got a special weather statement. I'm gonna probably keep that on for now, but we still got lightning. Yeah, there's some storms over in Fort Worth, but they're just strong storms. Nothing too crazy there. I mean, it's not like an inflow notch. It's just inflow. When there's inflow into a storm, it's pretty recognizable on radar. We had an example of that last night with a storm near Frederick, if you watched our second live stream last night, but inflow has to do with just how the storms rotate and whatnot. Kind of gives it, kind of think about it as like, it gives it air to like rotate like a tornado or something like that. It's kind of what it is. Yeah, I got you, Sign. I understand that. I got you. But if you're just joining us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. The entire Southern Plains, not just North Texas. Would appreciate if you hit that like button down below. Again, there is a storm producing baseball-sized hail right along 62 northeast of Roaring Springs, so just keep that in mind. Again, that black area representing your very large hailstones, again, up to baseball-sized hail. We've been watching the storm for a while, and there's been already reports of baseball-sized hail, so definitely possible here northeast of Roaring Springs. By the way, thank you, Steve, for subscribing. I missed that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Louisville right now, just maybe a strong storm for right now. But again, severe weather is going to be a bit more prominent later tonight. I probably will not, I'm going to be honest with you, I will not be live after like 3 or 4 in the morning. So I'm not going to be watching the line of storms approach the Metroplex. So just make sure you have a way to receive alerts. That's all I can really tell you, because I won't be able to stay up that late. I mean, I could, but just I have to get a somewhat reasonable time tomorrow. Funny if storm chasers doing ASMR. I don't think I've never heard of a storm chaser doing ASMR. That'd be pretty funny though. Yeah. Again, if you have any questions, definitely let me know in chat. But as of right now, again, a new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued about 5 minutes ago for Throckmorton County. That includes Woodson and just south of Throckmorton, and as well as off to the east of Throckmorton. Again, potential for $half sized hail exists over here, right along 380. And also maybe right here near 283. So those are a couple of areas there. And again, damaging winds can be possible right in between that. There's a good damaging wind core kind of in here. A lot of strong downburst winds. So definitely seeing a damaging wind threat with the storm as it moves off to the east as well. So keep that in mind. Joe, there's only a couple of isolated storms in DFW right now. Better chance for severe weather later tonight after about 3 or 4 in the morning. So it's late night threat tonight. Here's a little bit. I haven't done DFW in a while, but here's a look at DFW. This is kind of the only storms as of right now. In between Fort Worth and Weatherford. Actually going as far west as Mineral Wells now, but just a couple of storms. These are not severe. These are just regular, ordinary storms at this point. You can kind of see strong storm. Basically, ordinary storms right here. So these 2 storms are ordinary, but this one's a little bit on the stronger side in western Tarrant County. No problem, Joe. No problem at all. Sorry to hear that, Sign. Hopefully you feel better soon. I'll keep an eye on this storm for the most part. Yeah, for those that are just joining us, there is a new severe thunderstorm warning. It does include Throckmorton County. We're going to be covering this one probably most. Again, this is producing the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half sized hail. And the baseball-sized hailstorm is still off to the far to our northwest. This is a very slow-moving storm. I don't think it's really moved at all over the last, like, 30 minutes. It's basically been stationary, but northeast of Roaring Springs, right along 62. Some baseball-sized hail. It seems to be falling all in the same spot. I think I've been watching this for at least the last 15 to 20 minutes, and it has literally not moved from its position. So it is a very stationary supercell storm right now. Very slow-moving as well. Yeah, Matt, you'll probably see storms later tonight. Definitely. We'll definitely see some storms later tonight. Main threat going to be damaging winds over that way. But you won't probably see them until at least like 12, or at least 1 or 2 in the morning. Possibly a little bit later than that, maybe 3. Let me put a little... I'm going to get the future radar on here because I haven't showed it in a while. Kind of give you an idea of when these storms will actually arrive. So this is a look at the timing. Again, this is from the HRR model. This model is usually fairly accurate in terms of what to expect. So this is a look at it. So you can see this is about 12 o'clock or so, or 1 in the morning. 2 in the morning, you can see some storms back out to the west. Again, in central Texas, you got a little area of storms back out here to the north around 2. Eventually by 3, those storms will start pushing down south. By 4, you can see they're kind of moving through northern North Texas. Again, main threat going to be damaging winds and maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail. By 5 and 6 in the morning, those storms are moving through northern DFW, so areas like Dallas and Fort Worth as well, starting to see those storms. Denton County, Collin County, probably right around 5. By about 7, 8 in the morning, those storms are moving through basically anywhere in southern DFW and as well as through eastern DFW and eastern North Texas. Eventually by 9 to 10, those storms will move into eastern Texas. And eventually going into the afternoon hours, we should, for the most part, dry out. Can't rely on an isolated storm tomorrow, but it's going to be on the low-end threat at this point. By the way, there is a threat for severe weather on Friday for Western Texas or the Panhandle. So just a little preview on that. This is very brief preview, but you can basically see probably right around the evening hours, some supercell storms may develop. There may be a little low-end tornado threat, so it'll definitely be something to watch there. So just keep that in mind. And definitely some large hail with that as well. Those are going to be our main threats then. No storms near Longview, Samurai. None at this point. There was some quarter-sized hail reported near Turkey about 30 minutes ago, but again, that's not severe. We're going to go back down to the Throckmorton storm. And it looks like we're starting to get some more storms developing along this area of storm. So a little area of development here, possibly starting to develop. So another area to watch in terms of maybe a little bit of severity there. That'll definitely be possibly developing here over the next several minutes. We're looking as of right now. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. Again, we're not very far away from 4,000 subscribers, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Not far at all. All right, cool. Alrighty, again, if you have any questions, let me know in chat. And also, thank you, Megan, as well as Kayak, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that a lot. Think there's a storm near Longview? I don't think there is. Might be like a... I don't see anything over here. There's one off to the northeast of Longview, but... I don't see anything. There's a storm way up here. It's the northeast of there. It's near Texarkana. We'll watch that storm too. If it becomes severe, we might look at it a little bit, but... Usually I only look at severe storms. What does a guy have to do to get some rain in North Fort Worth? Have you not gotten rain today? Did you not see any rain? I know the DFW airport saw like 2 inches. I know some areas saw absolutely nothing. You will probably see rain tonight. I think a good amount of us will see some sort of rain tonight. Again, this is our main storm as of right now near Throckmorton County, so just keep that in mind. Alrighty, I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, and stay tuned. 1 moment, please. While I take a quick break, I hope you're enjoying this live stream so far. If you are, I would appreciate if you hit that like button down below, and also click that red button as well, that little subscribe button. Turn on post notifications real quick, and click all for all the latest live streams and weather forecasts here on our YouTube channel. Alright, we are back. What in the world happened to my browser here? I guess it's glitched. Alright, cool. We're back. That was, by the way, the new transition for when I leave for a second. So, but I don't know what happened to the be right back thing. It's kind of glitched out. But welcome back. Yeah, they're basically a new little thing I just kind of added in. Makes it so people don't, people still have something to watch instead of just like a be right back screen. I think I'm going to add music to it as well at some point, but we'll see. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for Albany. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible with this storm. This storm's actually moving a bit faster, about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So we'll probably be in Albany probably within the next 30 to 45 minutes. So just keep that in mind. And that's moving out to the south right now. And that's a new severe thunderstorm warning. So we got a couple here in western North Texas into central Texas as of right now. See, nothing, Bolden. No way. It's crazy. Yeah, there's some areas that I have not seen rain today, but you should see something tonight. Sherman, no rain today. You didn't see any rain in Sherman either? Did Sherman not see anything today? That's good, Bolden. Yeah. I know Denton definitely did, and I know Eastern Tarrant County had some rain this earlier today. I think you should see something tonight. Wish I could have a garden. Put your mind to it. You might be able to have a garden. How you doing, bro dog? Welcome on in. Not much. How about you? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, for those that are just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for Throckmorton County, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and half-dollar sized hail possible there. And again, we have a potential for quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour going toward Albany. So that storm is basically going down to the south. Again, baseball-sized hail possible up here, way off to our north, but this is near Roaring Springs, and that's producing potentially baseball-sized hail. Golf ball-sized hail possible near Turkey as well. So we have a few storms ongoing that are severe. The main one's currently closer to DFW because they're a bit more populated areas. We also have some strong storms near and just to the west of Fort Worth. You can kind of see a couple of strong storms, maybe a couple of areas of small pea-sized hail, and also maybe some gusty winds. Other than that, nothing too crazy. This is just a downpour, maybe a very weak storm, so nothing severe at this point there. But our main severe weather as of right now, in North Texas at least, is back out to the west, just west and north of Breckenridge. So this is the area that we're watching pretty closely. Again, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to let me know in chat. Yeah, Woodson's definitely probably going to get a little bit of hail. Definitely probably going to get some hail there. Welcome back, by the way, Zero. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, Bold. Yeah, we'll see. This tropical storm probably won't be much of an impact, but yeah, it's going toward, definitely going to be going toward my sort of area. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be doing probably a little live stream at some point. It'll probably be like 30 to 50 minutes, somewhere in that range. Probably tomorrow night. If not, it'll be Friday or Saturday. I'll definitely probably do one on Saturday, but we'll see. It's going to be on the tropical storm, though. I'll do something. I'll probably have a live stream at some point about that. Once we get into hurricane season, we actually start having hurricanes. I will do much more elongated live streams and more depth and stuff like that. We'll see. Yeah, Oklahoma's getting some pretty bad storms too. Yeah, Oklahoma's been getting pounded with some strong storms. A lot of rain too, but nothing severe, surprisingly. A lot of these storms have just been strong, and this is going to be eventually the line that comes toward North Texas, by the way. This is all the activity coming down our way. So this will be eventually what we'll all see in the DFW Metroplex. Now, will it be the same magnitude? Will it be the same width and whatnot? No, but it will definitely still be a beneficial amount of rainfall as it pushes down to the south. Here's a look at the last several minutes, by the way. I'll go over the last several minutes on the past radar. See, the storms are kind of moving east here, but we should start eventually seeing an outflow boundary pushing down to the south, and that'll eventually bring some storms down to our region. So we're looking as of right now. Now let's go back down to this radar. And my screen is frozen. And my software crashed. Man, this software, I really don't like it at all. It crashes all the time. Yes, I want to close the program. Thank you, Microsoft. Appreciate it. All right, launched it back up. By the way, thank you, Dallas, and as well as JYZ for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, this is our tropical development, by the way. This is the area. I mentioned it in our Watching the Tropics episode. This actually might become a tropical depression pretty soon. It's up to 35 mile per hour sustained winds. So, I might have to make a video on that tomorrow. That's funny, Virginia, yeah. I don't know why Stream Elements just delete that message, but... Yeah, for those that are just tuning in, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in North Texas. There's also a couple in Panhandle. I don't know if one just got issued again on that storm. And yeah, as of right now, ping pong ball sized hail is now possible with that storm to the east and northeast of Roaring Springs. It's moving down to the southeast. So that's a new update on that warning. We also got a couple here near Throckmorton County right now, and also one going toward Albany. So new one going down to the south, and that might actually go towards areas like Clyde and Putnam. So those will be areas to watch as well. Should stay to the east, Abilene, but Abilene. Still don't know why I can't say that name properly tonight, but oh, you're watching from northwest Oklahoma? I don't know what's going really up on there right now. Is there some rain up there too? I haven't really looked up there tonight. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Welcome. I don't really do Southern Ohio weather, but I don't think there's much going on up there. Yeah, just a strong storm. Nothing to be concerned about. A little bit of small hail, maybe some gusty winds for you. Most of the storms up there in Ohio, I believe, are going to be kind of fizzling out here over the next few hours. You're right, Terry. Yep. Some wind shear will be slowing down that storm, but even then, we'll at least get to a weak tropical storm is my forecast, possibly even a bit more. We actually might get a hurricane with that once it enters the Atlantic Ocean, but it probably won't impact the United States. Yeah, this storm right here is moving south. I don't know if you're talking about this storm, but this storm's moving south because the outflow boundary that just got kind of initiated from the storm. The rest of this right here is kind of all moving down over this direction, east-southeast. I don't think northwestern Oklahoma is supposed to see severe weather tonight. At least you're on the forecasted area. Yeah, northwestern Oklahoma is not in the forecasted area for severe weather tonight. I think if anything, you'll just have some strong storms. By the way, this storm near Woodson right now, there's definitely a pretty big increase in the hail core there. Probably at least $50, if not maybe up to ping pong ball sized hail now there. That area is kind of moving a bit more east right now. No problem, Cheryl. Appreciate you tuning in. You're in Dallas? Nice, nice. Dallas is not really seeing much right now, but you'll see some storms later tonight. Probably after like 3 or 4 in the morning, by the way. Again, anybody in DFW, you're going to have a long night. I mean, you're not going to see any storms until at least 3 or 4 in the morning, but you're probably going to wake up a bit early to them. Kind of really bad timing. Seems like the storm is south of it. It's going toward Austin. Now, I think Austin will be fine tonight. By the way, there's a new storm, by the way, developing just to the west of Albany right now. And that could actually become severe at some point. This is a pretty new storm. It's been developing here for a while. Definitely be a storm to watch. Main severe weather right now near Woodson and Throckmorton County. Again, and just to the north of Albany right now, there's also a severe storm going down that way. So again, $50 sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. The main threats with these storms. Again, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit this like button. So subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, we're very close to 4,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it if you do hit the subscribe button. See if we can reach 4,000 tonight. I don't think we'll be able to, but definitely can try. You're the night shift doesn't bother you. I guess that's a perk about the severe weather, because usually it does happen later in the day or during the night. So usually the morning isn't really a big impact in terms of severe weather. Most instances, obviously, most of the time it happens during like the evening hours. Somebody messaged me and say that the YouTube chat wasn't working. I didn't realize that. All right, hopefully they figured that out, but I just messaged them. All right, cool. Nice, Christian. Nice. Yeah, night shift is always a good perk when there's weather. That's for sure. New severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, back out near Childress. Let's go back to this one. This is back out to the west of Childress, kind of going toward that area. I know a few more people that watch my channel from that area, so let's go and kind of cover this storm real quick. This storm is going kind of off to the east right now, and it'll eventually go toward Childress. It only includes the Plaska community, but it is producing the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That one's moving off to the east. We also got a severe thunderstorm warning behind that to the west-southwest of Silverton. It does include the Caprock Canyon State Park in Claytonville. This is moving It's also moving down to the southeast. This storm is also producing the same threats, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. And the storm off to the northeast of Roaring Springs, right along 62, is producing ping-pong ball-sized hail, as well as damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That one's also moving very slowly to the east. That storm has barely moved, so couple of slow-moving storms there. And we also got our very strong line of storms back down to the south that is producing gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour from Coleman down to Brady. This is a very large area included in this little special weather statement right now. It also does include Brownwood now, so just for those that are under that special weather statement, you could see gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour, maybe even a little bit higher than that. Let's go and take a look at the velocities right now. See if the velocities are estimating anything higher in terms of wind speeds. And as of right now, the wind speeds are actually pretty high near Abilene. Radar estimating right around 55 to potentially as high as 60. Down here to the south, not nearly as high in terms of the radar estimates, only about 40 or so. And again, this is a very large area, by the way, for special weather statements. You can kind of see it goes all the way down to El Dorado, and it goes all the way back up closer to Abilene. So pretty large area there under that threat as of right now. Back down to these storms right now for Woodson and Throckmorton as of right now. I know, bro, dog. Yeah, I literally just hit 3,000 subscribers, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I think. Can't remember. Let me look. I can actually probably get the exact date on here. I hit it on May 24th. That was like a week ago. I literally hit 3,000 subscribers a week ago. That's actually crazy to think. I didn't even realize it was that short. Like, that was not actually long ago. Appreciate that, Christian. No problem, Roger. No problem at all. Yeah, if you guys are from like Southern Ohio or whatnot, I know some of those areas are seeing some severe weather tonight. If you have any questions about that severe weather or storms right now, definitely let me know in the chat. But yeah, most of it for the right now is just some strong storms, nothing too crazy up there. Thank you, by the way, Roger, Daniel, and as well as Nancy for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, for those that are just tuning in, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing in western North Texas and central Texas. Again, Throckmorton County under a severe thunderstorm warning up until 12 o'clock tonight. So this is going to be ongoing for at least another 20 minutes or so. Damaging winds again up to 60 miles per hour. And $half sized hail possible there. This warning as well going toward Albany as well. This is producing definitely the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and also may have some hail up to the size of $half or maybe even ping pong ball sized hail. So this is definitely a storm to watch out for. Again, that black area there is going to represent your very large hail, or not very large hail, excuse me, just your large hail. So definitely the potential for up to $half or ping pong ball sized hail as that moves down to the south. And it's definitely a very interesting storm. I'm going to put a time track on this area of the storm. I'm not sure how long it'll live, but definitely at least put a little track, give you an idea of when this area of the storms will be moving down to the south. It's a bit of an outflow boundary, but you have to zoom out a little bit for this one. All right, so Albany right around 12:04, Moran right around 12:30, Cisco 12:59, and Putnam 1 o'clock in the morning. That's kind of the time frame on this little outflow boundary with the storms moving down to the south. That's just an estimated time, but I'll give you an idea of when those storms are going to be going down that way. Obviously, we got the strong and still some severe weather ongoing near Woodson, but this is a very slow-moving area, and it's not really going to be tracking off to the southeast very quickly. But Breckenridge might get some storms here within the next 20 to 30 minutes as well, so it's another area to watch for. I don't think there's going to be much tomorrow, Christian. I don't think there's going to be much in terms of severe weather, at least. Yeah, I don't think severe weather... Storm chasing is usually not optimal during the morning time, but... Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 12 likes away from 250. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. We're very close to 4,000 subscribers. I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Alrighty, let's see if there's any other storms out here. I know there's a lot of storms, but most of them are not near DFW. Let's go back out to the northwest and Panhandle. A lot of these storms, again, are in rural areas. That's why I'm not really covering them as much. At least the ones off to the northwest. Again, the storm near Roaring Springs is still producing ping pong ball sized hail and damaging winds around 60 miles per hour. That is going to be going toward Paducah, which is a little bit more of a populated area. And again, near Turkey, this storm is still producing the potential for up to golf ball sized hail. That's moving off to the east. The new warning only includes the potential for up to quarter sized hail for the Plasca community. And that is also moving off to the east. And again, that's radar indicated for damaging winds as well, up to 60 miles per hour. And the other storm that's producing probably at least some $half sized hail is down to the southwest of Silverton. And that's also for the Caprock Canyon State Park, as well as Claytonville. Those areas are included there. So, and those are areas to watch for some large hail. Main storms, again, that we've been watching for a while are basically all out in central Texas. And obviously there are some up in Oklahoma, but those are for the most part not severe at this time. They're just strong. Definitely a lot of rain too. Yeah, I'm not expecting any severe weather tomorrow, at least for North Texas. But even for all of Texas, there won't be much unless you're in eastern Texas. There might be a couple of storms during the morning. That'd be about it. That's pretty true, Cosmic. Usually they are more strong or severe most of the time. There aren't that many ordinary thunderstorms in Texas. I mean, we always have a lot of ingredients, so that's why. What parts of Oklahoma? I think it's mainly central and southern Oklahoma that's going to be seeing those storms. We'll go to the Frederick radar site here. I'll show you. Here's a bit more of a view at the central and southern Oklahoma area once it loads. And there we go. So yeah, just some strong storms, nothing severe, but definitely a lot of rain out of this. These are all basically moving to the east. We're starting to see the storms kind of extend a bit further down to the south as well. So they're they're very slowly trying to drift down to the south and southeast, which will eventually go toward North Texas later tonight. So it's kind of what we're watching as of right now across Oklahoma. A lot of strong storms, but nothing severe. And pea-sized hail and maybe a little bit gusty winds with those storms will be possible, but no severe weather is expected for those storms as of right now. Yeah, a lot of ordinary thunderstorms, by the way, they usually happen in areas like, New England. They have a lot more ordinary thunderstorms. The East Coast usually does as well. Florida does too. I mean, just the ingredients aren't always there. Like Florida especially, they usually only see ordinary thunderstorms. There's severe weather, but a lot of the time there's not much severe weather there. So we're only 4 likes away from 250. If you have not hit that like button, we really appreciate it. Again, make sure to subscribe. We are very close. We're actually only 13 subscribers away from 3,900, so. Classic, what do you mean by that? I don't know what, I don't know what you mean by that. I once passed through Turkey, Texas, and the bed and breakfast there literally had the best pancakes I've ever had. Interesting. Or sweet potato pancakes, what? I've never heard of that. Yeah, this storm near Albany might become considerable in terms of a threat. I don't think it'll become destructive unless it really strengthens. The winds with this, though, are definitely high. I mean, we're talking about winds as high as maybe 65. See, the estimated by radar is right around 60 right now, but it's been as high as 65. The hail as of right now, I don't think it's anywhere above $half size. I can take a look, though. We did the last hour hail track on this storm and see what it's estimating. And actually, it's estimating really large hail. I don't think it's that large, but it definitely is probably producing at least some $quarter to $half sized hail. That black area there probably representing at least $half sized hail. So there's definitely some large hail with this storm. High precip supercells in Iowa, are there? I haven't really looked at Iowa. I don't really usually look at Iowa weather to begin with. Let me look real quick. I don't see anything in Iowa. I don't know if you're talking about like a past event or something like that, but for college, you're going to go to Oklahoma. Nice, nice. Oh, that's just our norm. Yeah, there's usually. Well, I mean, Iowa. Don't they have a bunch of cornfields? I think there's something like about how Iowa has a lot of cornfields, and it really like increases the dew points and stuff like that. I think that's a thing there. I think that's what I learned in weather class at least. But yeah, that's a thing. Yes, Christian, I do. I bet at this point for my YouTube channel, I do all of Texas weather. I do all of Oklahoma, and I also do southern Kansas. And that will probably just keep expanding from there. I've already expanded pretty largely, in the past week. Or actually, last 2 weeks. I've been doing a lot more of all of Texas, obviously. I didn't go live earlier for the West Texas area. I probably won't do a whole lot in the big, like the Hill Country area. Unless it's in a bit like Midland or something like that, I would do. But a lot of the storms from earlier were like in the far western part of Texas. And it was just like in a very, very rural area. And there were just severe thunderstorms, so. But yeah. I do plan on expanding more in the future, but for right now, I'm just doing the Southern Plains. Here's a look at the radar, by the way. Again, the latest radar update is still showing a pretty prominent hail core here. Definitely some strong downburst winds. That's at least some half-dollar sized hail, so keep that in mind. And there's also possibly some quarter-sized hail there near Woodson right now. And yeah, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will be possible with the storm, possibly even up to 65. All cornfields. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Iowa has a higher dew point because of all the cornfields. It's kind of an interesting thing. If you're just joining, by the way, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I know a lot of you that are watching probably have not hit the red button down below. We are very close to... We're only 12 subscribers away now from 3,900. So if you haven't already subscribed, I would appreciate it. Yes, bro, Doug, I did. I'm a Celtics fan, and they advanced, so we're happy about that. Celtics did win. Where is it going before it's Texas? Do you mean like where the storms are coming from? Because there's a line of storms back out to the west that's going to be going to southwestern North Texas. Storms back out here to the northeast, or northwest, excuse me, in basically southern and central Oklahoma, as well as the panhandle of Texas will eventually kind of come toward our way in North Texas, if that's what you're referring to. Appreciate it. I don't know how you say your name, but I appreciate that chat, Pub. Appreciate you liking the stream. When will the storm near Brownwood weaken? I don't think it'll really weaken. It'll probably stay at the same magnitude it's at right now. If not, it'll like slowly weaken, but it'll probably stay around 55 mile per hour wind gusts by the time it gets to Brownwood. Sorry to say I don't want the Celtics to win. I do. I'm a Celtics fan, but who's the Celtics quarterback? That's a good one. Thank you, by the way, Rod, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Christian, you're definitely not the only one watching. I have another 127 other people watching right now. Virginia, I'm originated from New England, so I actually have a reason why I'm a Celtics fan. I'm also a Patriots fan, so in terms of football, yeah. I went to a few Mavericks games though. I've gone to a few Mavericks games in the American Airlines Arena there, but I've gone to like 2 or 3. That was a few years ago though. I picked my team technically. I technically just kind of got born into the Patriots and as well as the Celtics. So, by the way, the latest radar update showing a pretty prominent hail core here. That might even be as high as, again, possibly up to the size of ping pong balls, or maybe even up to golf ball size. That's east of Route 283. Again, this is going down south toward basically in between Breckenridge and Albany. So pretty good amount of rural areas in here. You can see that there's some roads, also some rivers in there. That's also moving down to the south, so just keep that in mind. And let's move down to the south and southeast as of right now. Live 20 miles northeast of Brownwood. Yeah, you'll probably get some storms tonight. Again, pretty much almost all of North Texas will see storms tonight, so... I'm originally from Germany. I'm all the way for Georgia, but I live in Tennessee. Interesting. That is a very interesting indeed. Yeah, Brodog, I'm gonna make a YouTube post here in the next couple of days because I need recommendations on what to change my name to. I really don't know what to change it to on YouTube. Because on Facebook, on Instagram, and basically those platforms, the name will stay the same as North Texas Weather Center because those are just North Texas weather. YouTube is basically all of the Southern Plains, and I just don't know what to change my name to. I've been really thinking about it for like a week now. I just can't figure out. Like, I don't want to change it to just Southern Plains Weather Center. It just kind of sounds boring. How's Fort Worth? You'll probably see storms later tonight. If you might see an isolated storm over the next few hours, but main threat for tonight in DFW will be after about 4 in the morning or so. So it's a very late night sort of threat. I will not be live, by the way, up until 4 in the morning, but I'll be live probably for another hour or so. Let's go back to Fort Worth real quick. There's a storm still rolling through. It looks like it's about to go into southwestern Denton County near Hazlet right now. Here's a look at it. Just a little storm. Ordinary thunderstorm. It's not strong. It's not even severe either. So that's near Hazlitt, though. Let's move it off to the north. It should get probably close to Justin. It might fall apart by then. See just some showers now back out near Weatherford in Parker County right now. So nothing too crazy there in Fort Worth. Main severe weather right now is still way to our west. There's also actually a flash flood warning for just to the southwest of Abilene. So new flash flood warning there. This does include Buffalo Gap, Lawn. Abilene's actually included in this. Tuscola, as well as Bradshaw, View, Happy Valley, Lake Abilene, as well as Camp Tonkawa, Ovalo, Shep, and as well as Camp Buttman. Those areas are included in that flash flood warning. And I don't know how much rain's fallen there, but that's interesting. That was just issued about 5 minutes ago. So new flash flood warning there. And our special weather statement, by the way, is a very large one, still producing gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour across Coleman and just to the west of Brownwood. That storm's moving off to the east, and we still got our severe thunderstorm warnings on going down here. Closer to areas in central Texas. And this is a pretty pronounced storm as of right now. Gotcha, Christian. Southern Brewery, as in brewing. Okay. I honestly, to be honest, I cover almost all of the weather. Not all of it. I like my page at this point on YouTube, and it's been like this almost for a while. It's been like this for a while, other than, you know, all the Southern Plains. But I basically do all of Southern Plains weather, and as well as the Gulf of Mexico and really the entire Atlantic Ocean in terms of tropics. So I actually do a lot more overall than what obviously my name is very, very specific. Dog, I don't expect them to get tornado warned. I don't expect a tornado threat tonight. Main threat gonna be damaging winds and maybe a little bit of large hail here and there. Thank you, Kimberly, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. From Classic, appreciate it. Sorry, I missed that message. I might have missed a few, actually. That was the only one missed. High Plains Weather Channel? I don't know. I don't know what I want to change it to. I'm just so, like, undecisive about it, because, like, I don't know. Difficult for me to figure out a new name. Because I've been North Texas Weather Center forever, or not forever. It's been, like, 5 months. But, like, it's just hard for me to figure out a new name. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll probably make a Facebook or make a YouTube post tomorrow and get some recommendations there. I just don't have like any good ideas. I don't know. All right, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're only 10 subscribers away from 3,900. Hopefully we can at least get to that milestone tonight. And worry about the other one later on. The other milestone's gonna take, I think 4,000 is gonna take a lot longer than I think. Yeah, I've still never watched Ryan Hall, so I really could not tell you anything about. His name is catchy, that's for sure, but I honestly have no clue about this whole thing. I've never really watched him before. Lone Star Weather Channel? Nah. Because I do all the Southern Plains. Oh wait, hey Jacob, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Alright, back to the weather. For those that are just tuning in, again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for another 2 minutes for those in Throckmorton County. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and half-dollar size hail still possible there. And then obviously we have the main thunderstorm warning currently ongoing for those just to the north of Albany, and this also does include Albany. So again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible here as well. So just keep that in mind there. And that's also moving out of the south, an outflow boundary attached to that storm, so that'll be continuing to move down to the south. And also for those near Abilene as well, severe weather or strong storms going through those areas right now, and that's all associated with a special weather statement producing winds up to 55 miles per hour. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Gives you anxiety. Yeah, I've never watched Ryan Hall. I really don't. I've said it so many times. I know a lot of people reference him in my streams. I literally have never watched him, so I can't really, give him. I can't say really anything about him because I literally have never watched him. All you know is he covers more of the big severe weather events. I usually do all of them for the most part, I think, here in North Texas and all of Texas in general, as well as all the Southern Plains, I should say. The Central Weather Center? Eh. I don't know if I really want to have Weather Center or Weather Channel or something like that in my name. I don't know. I guess I could, but it just sounds like really like, I don't know. I can't think of the word for it. What inspires me to do this work? Honestly, funny story. I didn't think this was ever going to happen. So really, this was just more, again, this is all for passion. I mean, it was really all for passion up until recently. Recently, I've been actually able to kind of do this almost full time in terms of at least when I'm out of college. So it's kind of what's at it right now. Because obviously the advertisers, by the way, any of the advertisers below my name, they're not just advertising, but they're also great companies. But they've also helped me significantly be able to do what I'm doing right now as well. So, but I mean, even then, what motivated me to do this in the first place was just because I like to do it and I enjoy doing it. It was never to get money at all. It was just to literally put it on a resume when I get a job in 4 years. This could actually end up becoming maybe my job at some point down the road. I don't know. I really don't. We'll see what happens. Again, it's been already a crazy road for me. I mean, I'm already up 32,000 followers on Facebook. I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers all of a sudden on YouTube. It's been a crazy journey. I love doing it. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like doing it. I mean, I just love doing this. I literally go live for like doing this sort of thing. I like doing broadcast meteorology, and this is kind of what it is. So thank you, by the way, Lolly Lollipop, by the way, for upgrading your membership to a Tornado subscriber. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much. I hope you're doing well. As well as thank you, Shauna, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, I don't want to copy anybody else's name or anything like that either. Yeah, I want to be like my own thing. I just don't know what I want it to be. Christian, I don't think you're going to see any storms for a while. You probably won't see any until later tonight. call your channel The Crazy Journey. Yeah, I should definitely do that. All right, if you're just joining us, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are literally, I think, like 8 subscribers away. Or no, we're actually 6 subscribers away now from 3,900. I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Yeah, we do live streams like this all the time. This has been a bit more of a low-end severe weather event so far. We should see more storms later tonight, as I kind of mentioned before. Especially after like 3 or 4 in the morning, especially for those in North Texas. But as of right now, this is our main severe thunderstorm warning going toward Albany right now. Also got some storms going through Abilene. So 2 different areas right now seeing some storms. This is the main severe thunderstorm warning. Again, this is pushing down to the south right now and producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and as well as some quarter-sized hail. So just keep that in mind for those in those areas. Tulsa area. I don't think Tulsa's really seen anything tonight. I don't think, at least. I haven't really looked up that way, though. Oh, by the way, fun fact. I know I've been talking about my subscribers a lot recently, but I hit 2,000 subscribers on May 1st. I hit 2,500 on May 15th. I hit 3,000 on May 24th, and now I am almost at 4,000 on June 1st. So yeah, it's been like a curve up. It's been very interesting. I was just looking at it, but yeah. Sesame Street, that's a good one. Yeah, tornado threat's basically 0 tonight. I don't expect a tornado threat. I put my the threats and stuff like that in the title usually, so we'll see that. By the way, these storms are really filling in across western or really central Texas, so thank you, Gray. Appreciate it. If you subscribed and I don't mention your name, by the way, I do apologize. Sometimes they don't always come through. Depends on your privacy settings on YouTube, so. That'd be funny, classic. That would be funny. Your major is math? Nice, nice. I gotcha. Yeah, we'll see. You never know. You never know. You have relatives in Southwest Fort Worth. Nice. Yeah, Southwest, anywhere in Fort Worth tonight won't see storms probably until at least 4 to 5 in the morning. That's kind of my estimated time at this point. Again, most of the severe weather is going to probably happen between about 3 to like 6 in the morning. I'm not going to be up for that. I will, again, have videos up for you by tomorrow morning. I will have a video out around probably in an hour and 30 minutes from now. I will have another Watching the Tropics episode out tomorrow. I'm doing a Watching the Tropics episode every single day through at least Saturday for this tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico. By the way, it's likely to become a tropical storm no later than probably tomorrow or Friday. So we'll watch out for that as well. So we'll see what happens. Does the I-40 come through that area? Which area, Gray? By the way, thank you, Lala, for the $1 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you for your support. Storm near Albany will collide. Yeah, these storms are kind of collide together, it looks like. So they'll probably end up colliding with each other. Also got a couple of other severe thunderstorm warnings, very low-end ones, and they're not in populated areas. I'm not really going to cover those too much unless anybody actually needs to know about those storms, but I think most of you guys are kind of out of the way of those. The red area on the map? What do you mean? Like this red? Like, are you talking about this? Like the precipitation? Like the red? Is that what you're talking about, Gray? Or are you talking about Interstate 40? Because Interstate 40 is up here. Interstate 40 goes through Oklahoma. I think they're just getting rain. There's no severe weather up there. Yeah, the red area is just rain. This is all heavy. Anything red is going to represent heavy rain. Pink is pretty much very heavy rain. It's almost blinding rain usually. And pinks and blacks can represent as well hail in some instances. Almost all instances with this sort of setup is hail. So pink is going to represent potentially up to usually small hail, but once you get to these like little black colors, that can represent up potentially, you know, quarter size or greater. Have a great night, Christian. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Have a great night. All right, thank you, Gray, Mpoke, Robin, as well as Tim for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I believe we just hit 3,900 subscribers. I have to double check, though. And we're too short. Never mind. We need 2 more subscribers. If you have not hit that subscribe button, just hit it real quick. We are 2 subscribers away from 3,900. I would really appreciate it. Does mean the world to me. Just getting rain in Oklahoma. Yeah, rain for the most part in Oklahoma tonight. Not much else than that. Maybe a low-end severe weather threat for those in southern Oklahoma. Main threat going to be damaging winds at that point. Appreciate it, Lala. Thank you. Usually I do live streams on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, but the ones that I've done recently have been just on YouTube because of these ones are more like all of Texas, again, and all of Oklahoma and whatnot, and as well as southern Kansas. So I've been doing all Southern Plains on YouTube, and again, on Facebook, it's just North Texas, and this is not really related to North Texas, most part. It is a little bit, but appreciate Virginia. Thank you guys, by the way. I appreciate the ones that have just subscribed. We are now over 3,900 subscribers. Thank you. That is another milestone. We appreciate it. Facebook is actually where I grew my entire following. Like, well, not my entire one, but like my big following. I have 32,000 followers, I think, on Facebook, but that doesn't, obviously, when you have a bunch of followers on one platform, it's not going to translate to another. I think out of all the subscribers I have on here on YouTube, I think maybe 500 to 600 are actually from Facebook. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think, obviously, the numbers don't usually translate. I mean, for example, like my Twitter, I think it only has 100 followers. TikTok is like 35, but TikTok, I don't usually advertise them on other platforms. So Facebook, I don't usually advertise my TikTok or anything like that. So just kind of something there to keep in mind as well. I haven't already, by the way. Make sure to click the link in the little blue thing that you see on your chat. Click that link. Follow us on TikTok. I would appreciate it. New severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for Breckenridge. This is for the potential for winds damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as quarter-sized hail. And this is a new warning for Breckenridge. As well as the Hubbard Creek Reservoir, and that's going down to the southeast. So this is another storm that just got warned. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible there. Two warnings now, and both of them producing the same threats there in central and as well as western North Texas. And again, we have a strong line of storms going toward Brownwood right now, going through Coleman right now. Gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour there. You've only had one flash of lightning all night. Well, you might see more later tonight. I don't know where you are, but you might see more thunderstorms later tonight. Depends on where you are, though. I got you, Lala. Yeah, I understand that. Weather in California is boring. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Weather is usually very, very low end in California. What am I going to do at 1 million subscribers? That's not happening. If I hit 1 million subscribers, I mean, that's just not possible. It's not. No way I'd ever get there. All at a low... What? That means... Earthquakes every day? Yeah, California's known for that. Earthquakes and obviously wildfires, unfortunately. Oh, Maypearl? Yeah, you might see some storms probably like 6, 7 in the morning tomorrow. So, yeah, you'll probably see storms later. Tomorrow morning, basically. Probably when you wake up. Now, when I say when you wake up, I wake up at like 10. So, I usually don't see storms. If there's like storms like at 7 or 8, but I know most people in the weekdays usually wake up around 6 or 7. So, you know, it's funny. All my college classes, too, are like after... or after like noontime, so I usually don't get up until 10 anyways. Which obviously I'm not in college right now, but I will not get to, if I got to 1 million subscribers, like it's not possible. I'm not going to. I wish I did, but it's just not gonna happen. It's just like impossible. Can you get a last look on the storm? Which storm are we talking about, Christian? You're gonna sleep through it? Yeah, you probably will. Yeah, most of these storms, again, there will probably be a lot of lightning tonight. I don't know what the lightning's looking like as right now. Look real quick, the lightning maps, see how much lightning's being estimated by radar. There's a lot up in Oklahoma right now. There's also a lot with these storms over here near Albany. All together, there's about 230 strikes per minute for those in Oklahoma, and as well as the ones in western Texas. The ones in western Texas, or western North Texas, I mean, as of right now, are about 152 lightning strikes per minute. So there's a lot of lightning with these storms, actually. Thank you, Wood, as well as Rory, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you subscribing. Well, I'm not saying it's impossible, but like realistically, I mean, even like, for example, Ryan Hall, I think he has like 500,000 subscribers, and he's like the most known YouTuber at this point in terms of weather. So, and again, I've never watched him, so I don't know if he does something different that I don't, but yeah, I mean, I just, it's like mathematically right now, it's just not possible. But all right, no new developments back up to the northwest. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. This is a considerable threat. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour are now possible for those in Albany as well as Moran. This is a new considerable threat. I'm actually going to post this on Facebook because I've not made a Facebook post at all recently. It's a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, and this is a new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Albany and as well as Moran. This is a new warning. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. Again, it is moving down to the south, so a new warning, and this is radar indicated, by the way, damaging winds. Not a report, but it is radar indicated. Sorry, I'm just posting this to Facebook real quick, and then I'll be back in like 2 seconds. All right, posted. All right, cool. We are back. All right, again, for those that are just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a considerable threat for those in Albany. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will be possible, as well as Breckenridge. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will be possible there. Both storms producing the potential up to quarter-sized hail, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, these are pushing down to the south. 400 this month? No, I got, or not today, I mean, yesterday I got 300, I think. And today I think I've gotten 100, maybe? I can't remember, but this entire month I think I've gotten about 1,500. That sounds right. What's the blue color mean? Any of these like light blues, I'm guessing that's what you mean, right? But any of the light blues are very light precipitation. Like almost like drizzle, basically. Or mist, or light rain. Very light rain. Breckenridge storm has rotation, does it? It does. Actually, was a little bit of rotation there, wasn't there? Interesting. There actually was a little bit of rotation there near Breckenridge. It was very brief, though. Obviously, it was never tight, but there was a little bit of brief rotation there for a second. That is interesting. Obviously, very strong winds regardless, but there was a little bit of rotation there for a second near Breckenridge. Just for a second, though. It was not very long-lived. Appreciate that, Oki. Why is the radar not updating? Ooh. Update here in a second. Alright, it's refreshing. There we go. Alright, the other two warnings, by the way, are about to expire. We're probably going to get a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Breckenridge. So, just keep that in mind. Oh, wait, never mind. There is one there. Never mind. That was the special weather statement. Didn't realize it. You got to 3,500 when you stopped the first live stream? Yeah, I think I did. But I mean, the other live stream was technically last night, I think. In terms of timing. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, Lola. Or Lala, excuse me. I said Lola, I don't know why. Here's a look at the velocities again. Not really any rotation anymore, but there's very strong winds with this. Obviously, there was a little rotation with the storm there for a brief second. You can see how strong these winds are up here. Northwest of Breckenridge. It's showing 80. Estimated by radar. There could be possibly up to 70 to 80 mile per hour winds with this storm. This is a very strong storm, obviously. Very strong winds northwest of Breckenridge and as well as north of Albany right now. Very severe storm ongoing. So very, very strong velocities. Again, any bright colors like these bright greens representing very damaging winds. Very clearly depicted here on radar. There was a little bit of rotation here for a second. It's kind of gone away though in the last scan. So again, I don't expect a tornado threat tonight. Very brief. Storms are all kind of moving down to the south at this point, so here's the latest radar update. So not really any rotation, but again, very strong damaging winds with this storm. Again, producing damaging winds upwards of 70 to potentially as high as 75 miles per hour. Could even be as high as 80, can't rule it out. Again, Breckenridge and as well as Albany in the track of these storms. Yeah, the rotation was very broad. It was brief too, so yeah, I don't expect a tornado threat tonight. Another channel name idea, Max Velocity. Okay. It's actually an interesting name. Has a nice little flow to it. I think I kind of want like the Southern Plains or something like that to be incorporated into the name, though. I don't know, I'll make a post tomorrow and see if there's any other channel name ideas. Yeah, that flow was cut off really quickly. Actually, I have some good rotation there, though, for a second. That was pretty interesting. I'm surprised. With this kind of environment, it's really hard to get that because of the low-level jet being so weak. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Welcome. I am up late, I know. It's actually almost 1:30 now for me. So yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Yeah, these storms are moving down to the south. We also got our special weather statement ongoing for Coleman, west of Brownwood. Again, gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour possible with that. Pretty close to damaging. And yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, our main storms right now pushing down toward Albany. Again, producing damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour right now. I'm the only one live, really? I mean, I'm not really surprised. There isn't much on the radar in terms of like a widespread event. It's pretty isolated right now, but Max Velocity is actually a pretty good name. I just don't know if I want to change my name to Max Velocity. Maybe. I'll consider it. Again, for those that are just joining us, I know a lot of you might be joining because of this storm. Again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will be possible. It could even be as high as 80. For those just to the west of Breckenridge, there's a couple of areas of interest. Very damaging winds up here, just to the west of 183. There's also some damaging winds down here, pushing down toward Albany right now. They'll eventually go toward Moran. So those areas definitely under the gun for very strong winds. Again, damaging winds upwards of potentially up to 80 miles per hour will be possible with these storms as they move down to the south. As you can kind of see here, very strong winds again as it moves down to the south. Winds as of right now right around 55 to 60. The red area is kind of cutting off what we can see, but this is very damaging winds. This could, again, probably be as high as 70 to 80. Unfortunately, the velocities are kind of glitched out here for the brief moment. Actually, I'm not on the right velocities, that's why. There we go. So this shows the wind. So you can see upwards of 80 to 90. It shows in a couple of these spots. I'm not sure if it's up to 90. This is obviously estimated by radar, but there's definitely a chance that it's as high as 80. So very damaging winds again going toward Albany, and as well as just to the northwest of Breckenridge right now. Considerable threat again on this severe thunderstorm warning. Jamie, because I want to make my page more broad, it says North Texas Weather Center on YouTube. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter will all still be probably North Texas Weather Center. But, yeah. On YouTube, I'm planning on expanding more to be broad, so. Actually, I'm starting to like the name Max Velocity more. Actually, I really like that name for some reason, though. It is catchy. How does radar measure wind speed? I should make a video. I want to make videos on this sort of stuff because it's just easier to explain in an actual video format. So I might make a video on that too. A lot of people have been asking about these sort of questions, not just about wind, but also like how you like identify like a tornado or something like that. I gotta make a video on that too, because I know a lot of people wonder about that. So I'll have to make some videos on that sort of stuff. But yeah, lurking. I'll try to make a video on it. There's some detailed explanation to it. It's just easier to make it in a video format. That way I can kind of like edit it and like try to get the main points down, that sort of thing. By the way, we're only 18 likes away from 300. If you've not hit that like button yet, I would appreciate it. And we are only 85 subscribers now away from 4,000. If you've not already hit the subscribe button, I would appreciate it. We are actually getting closer to 4,000 subscribers. What? Max headroom, okay. What are the winds in Santa Ana? I don't think they're that high. I don't know where's Santa Ana again? Isn't it down here somewhere? I'm assuming it's probably gusting around 20 to 30, if anything, though. It's somewhere down here. But yeah, you might see gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour as those storms approaches to you. My editing is superb, is it? Yeah, I've been doing a new intro. The videos, obviously, today were not without an intro because I was so tired last night, and obviously I have that headache. But yeah, the editing, the intros I like. I don't know if anybody else likes the intros. I been kind of just making them recently. By the way, have a great night, Steven. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. Or Steve, excuse me. Have a great night. We actually have a strong storm, by the way, forming near Cool right now in Mineral Wells. This is a new storm that's just been developing west of Weatherford. So that's going to be a storm to watch. That really came out of nowhere. And we obviously got a huge cluster of storms now all across western North Texas into as well central Texas. So we got a bunch of storms now developing. We'll see, Shelly. We will see. Florida, Lala. I used to live in Texas, though. South of San Angelo? Are you talking about, like, what's going on there? I don't think much is going on there, though. Just some gusty winds, if anything, over there. Yeah, I know that, Virginia. I've been trying to fix that. Yeah, for some reason, my intros are louder than my video. I've been trying to fix that around, but... If you're just joining, by the way, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the live stream. I would really appreciate it. Again, the main severe thunderstorm warning is ongoing right now. We have the potential for damaging winds up to 75, maybe even 80 miles per hour with these storms near Albany and Breckenridge. This is all moving down to the south right now. We have a cluster of storms behind it that is all kind of moving off to the east. So kind of keep that in mind there. Again, damaging winds up to 70, maybe even up to 80 miles per hour possible with these storms. Oh, Santa Ana is south of San Angelo, is it? Why did I think it was off to the east? Over here, Santa Ana in this. Oh, Santa Ana is in this warning or this special weather statement. Man, Google's my friend. Oh, right here. Okay. That's actually east, but yeah, near Coleman. Yeah, just gusty winds at the 55 miles per hour. I'm guessing if you're seeing wind right now, it's about 55 or 50, somewhere in that range. Jamie, it's going to be very low tonight. I think the hail threat is pretty low for DFW, but it's going to be a little bit higher in terms of the damaging wind threat. Yeah, Brownwood. Yeah, Brownwood also. Oh, wait. No, you're just saying that. Never mind. Yeah, but Brownwood would probably see or gusty winds as well. So. Can you do a broad view of everything? Sure. Just kind of zoom out. And let me put on the actual radar here. This is the other radar. So you can kind of see the storms again. Cluster of storms up here in Oklahoma, and then you obviously got storms ongoing. The line, you're just to the east of San Angelo now, going to southwestern North Texas, and you also got the storms over here in areas down to the central area of Texas. Back on the high def radar now. All that muggy, yeah, there's a lot of muggy weather in Florida. It is, it's not fun. Hey, Raid, how you doing? Welcome on in. How you doing? No problem, Blue. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Every one of you guys that are watching, by the way, you obviously support the channel a lot, even just by watching this. So I do really appreciate it. My geography's bad now. You're good. My pronunciations with names are horrible. So. Michael, you'll probably see storms after like 4 or 5 in the morning tonight. It's going to be a late kind of sort of situation. It's probably be during the morning hours tomorrow. So anywhere east of DFW or even eastern DFW will see storms then. You've been there to get on a cruise? Yeah, there's a lot of mosquitoes in Florida. That's for sure. Let me go back to the velocities real quick. Storms have actually kind of been trying to rotate here. It's interesting. Yeah, very strong winds, obviously, with the storm. I mean, these winds are extremely high. 60, 65 right now, northwest of Breckenridge. Seems like there's a bit of rotation here. Near Breckenridge right now. So these winds going away from the radar, winds going toward the radar. This is a counterclockwise spin. So there is definitely some rotation there. Take a look at the radar view here. Kind of almost see there's a bit of an inflow going into the storm. Interesting. Very interesting. If we look at the radar lined up here, it looks like it's kind of more rain wrapped almost. Like that's where the rotation is as of 1224. Interesting. Little area here that we're watching. Maybe. Might see something. Right, again, tornado threats, I said it before, it's like extremely low. So, but it, I don't know. Obviously, last night we kind of saw something like this, but it wasn't the same exact thing. It was the one near Frederick, but had an actual hook, and we actually had a low-level jet. Low-level jet, I believe, in this area is pretty weak. I'm going to double-check here. Low-level jet, let's put this on. That's not on yet. Yeah, 18 miles per hour, 17 miles per hour. Yeah, it's not much. The low-level jet's pretty weak. But there is a little bit of rotation. We'll watch the next scan and see if it actually develops into anything. I mean, even then, it's like it's pretty weak winds overall there, so might just be like a little radar sort of thing, but we might see. We'll have to wait and see. Still shows a little bit of rotation there. Okay. I don't know if radar scope shows the same thing. Look real quick. Sometimes they show a little bit different, little differences sometimes. No, it's definitely showing that. It's definitely showing a little bit of rotation there. Might get actually a tornado warning. Might. The FW radar shows a little bit of rotation. The Frederick radar doesn't really show it. And the radar sight down to the southwest doesn't show it nearly as much either. We'll see. Never know. Never know. There's a little bit of rotation, though, that's for sure. A little bit. Watch this pretty closely. Again, this is near Breckenridge, just to the west of Breckenridge. Problem, Tim. Appreciate you tuning in. Take the advantage of the Cuban food. I don't think I've ever had Cuban food, to be honest. Have a great night, Jamie. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. One near Dodson and Hollis. Yeah, a little bit. Reminds me more of the one near Frederick, but it was obviously a little bit different. Frederick one was completely different. There's some rotation, though. Also, there's very strong winds as well. Look at the radar. I mean, it just looks like, honestly, I don't know. To me, I don't think there's, I don't think there's, like, actual, like, strong rotation. I really has a potential for tornado, but you never know. If it kind of strengthens here over the next scan or two, you might be able to consider it as maybe, like, a tornado warning or something like that, but from the other radar views, it didn't seem to have as much rotation. We're getting our next radar scan here, so we'll see what happens, but it's also moving, like, southwest. You usually don't see tornado or rotation areas usually develop like that, going down to the southwest, the northern hemisphere at least. Have Cuban ham on a deli sandwich. Okay, I'll try to remember that. All right, next radar update coming in, I think, in a second. And this is just west of Breckenridge for those that are just tuning in. And again, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're only 12 likes away, by the way, from 300. If you have not already hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Radar scan is coming in any moment. Move my neck around here for a second because it hurts. Watching it pretty closely. And this is just west of Breckenridge. A little bit of rotation. It's been kind of broad, but trying to wait for this next radar update. It's been 3 minutes. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it broadened out. So again, the low-level jet's pretty weak today, so nothing too much to be concerned about. Definitely interesting, though. I mean, the storm itself was... Obviously, it's a very interesting storm. By the way, this is now a destructive storm. It's now up to 80 miles per hour near Albany. This is new. 80 miles per hour. And my Facebook post never went through, which is just fantastic. I didn't realize that. I'll have to edit it now. All right. What's that? Yeah, these winds, by the way, again, 80 miles per hour possible near Albany. And it's a destructive supercell currently moving down to the south, and it's going to be going toward Moran as well. So those in the path, make sure that you are aware of this. Stay away from windows, lowest floor if possible as well. Very dangerous storm. Anyway, food stamp for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit it. I would appreciate it. And we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. We're only 79 away. We're getting much closer. Would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. We're only 8 likes away, by the way, from 300. So would appreciate if you hit the like button as well. Again, 80 mile per hour wind gusts currently ongoing for those near Albany and as well as Moran. This has been a storm that's been producing probably 80 mile per hour winds for a while. Again, if you go to the velocities right now, these winds are extremely high. It might even be a microburst, but you can see 80 to 85 being estimated by radar just to the east of Albany right now. And this is just south of 180. So you can see the winds 83. I'm seeing an 83 right there. Seeing a few 82s. I saw an 86, I think, and 86 being estimated by radar. So we have a couple of areas here producing very high winds, without a doubt. Now, a couple of specs like 126. That's not realistic, but obviously, very realistically, we're looking at around 80 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts right now going down to the south. So very strong downburst winds coming with the storm right now. And we're going to be watching this one very closely. Again, it's heading down to the south right now toward areas like Moran, closer to the radar site. Definitely keep that in mind. Again, it's heading down to the south. If you're just tuning in, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you updated throughout the evening. Again, we do all Southern Plains weather, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. Hit that little bell icon. We'll have another video, by the way, coming out in a couple, probably about an hour or so. We'll have another video coming out on the severe weather potential for Friday for the Panhandle of Texas. So keep that in mind. Latest radar update showing, obviously, the rotation's kind of gone. There was some broad rotation there for a little while, but or not really that long, but it was there for a few seconds. Let's take a look at this area for this little area here, wind. And the radar estimating around 86 there as well. You can see 82. A lot of, again, very high values of winds right now. Now, the main core that's kind of heading down to the south is producing winds around 70 to 75. Couple of little specks of about 80. So there's very damaging winds. Probably power outages coming with this as well. But there also are some areas as well right along 180 right now, and just off very far east of Albany, that is also producing around 80 to 85. So very damaging storm again heading down to the south, producing very high winds as of right now. Very destructive supercell right now heading down to the south. We're watching this very closely. This is the main cell as of right now. Again, this is moving down to the south toward Moran, just to the east of Albany. Thank you, by the way, Carrie, as well as Allison and Christopher for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. They just did Virginia. This is now a destructive supercell. They upgraded to a destructive warning. Yes, Zero, that's what's going to probably end up happening. Now, when that happens, there might be a bit of a cluster for a little bit, trying to like figure out which storm's going to kind of stay stronger, but they'll start to probably weaken a little bit after a while. Not really, Lolly. Yeah, it's not really. I mean, you can watch my live stream on YouTube. I know that on like a TV. But I don't think I can put, there's not like a way to follow along with it. If you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 4 likes away now from 300. I would appreciate if you hit the like button. And again, make sure to subscribe. Again, we're keeping updated with the latest on this storm. It's heading down to the south. It's just to the east of Albany and just to the west of Breckenridge. Again, Breckenridge is seeing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. This is the main part of the storm right now that's off to their west. That is producing damaging winds upwards of 85 to 90 miles per hour. So very damaging storm again heading off to the east right now. Or excuse me, heading down to the south right now. No problems here. Santa Ana's getting some hail now. If you know the hail size, let me know. Probably small hail, I'm assuming, but E-sized. M&M size hail is what I like to call it. Yeah, the winds are extremely strong. I mean, it's just incredible what the storm's doing right now. Yeah, winds around 85, 90 with this storm. It's very destructive. Latest radar update showing as high as 100, possibly. Latest radar update just jumped the winds as high as 95 to 100. So this might even be a microburst. I mean, radar estimates are usually fairly accurate, especially this close to the radar site. So, yeah, these are extremely damaging winds. Again, just east of Albany, producing winds as high as 100 miles per hour. I'm 297. What do you mean by that? Yeah, this is a very damaging area of the storm right now. It's heading down to the south. It's a destructive, again, supercell right now, moving down to the south, going toward Moran. And again, this is not even just, this is not a tornado warned storm by any means. This is not a tornado warning. It is literally just a very damaging, destructive supercell. Very strong, probably microburst right now, heading down to the south. Again, going toward Moran. This is producing, again, damaging winds as high as 90 to 95 miles per hour. Could be as high as 100. But very dangerous storm. Again, very strong downburst winds right now with the storm heading down to the south. B-side sail right now. Thank you, Food, for the report. Appreciate it. We're still seeing winds around 90, 95, possibly as high as 100 miles per hour. Again, very damaging winds right now east of Albany. And this is, again, heading down to the south. This is just west of Breckenridge. So, oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, we're only 1 like away from 300. If you have not already hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. 1 away from 300. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. We are very close. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers. We're pretty close to it. All right, we'll keep you. Yeah, we're going to keep you updated with the latest on this storm. And again, it's heading down to the south right now. And I'll have another live stream, by the way, on Friday. I might have a short live stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet on the tropical weather, but we'll definitely have a live stream for the severe weather on Friday. Yeah, that goes. All right, we should get our next radar update here in a moment, and I'll kind of give you the latest on that in terms of the winds. Again, these are very damaging winds heading down to the south, around 100 miles per hour potentially. So it's a very dangerous storm south of 180. Again, this is heading down to the south toward Moran. Pretty rural area up until then, so a lot of side roads right now. See if there's any reports, by the way. I'm going to take a look if there's any reports of anything yet. Almost looks to me like a microburst right now. It's fairly strong. Let's take a look at the latest radar update. And again, radar is still indicating winds as high as 90 to 95. I'm seeing several areas still in that big cluster here around 93. 93 right there. Not sure if I see any hundreds yet, but there's definitely very high readings right now being estimated by radar around 95. So we're still seeing extremely high damaging winds as this approaches Moran. So again, this is pushing down to the south. This is west of Breckenridge, east of Albany, pushing down to the south again. Yes, Lolly, I did mention you did upgrade it earlier. In terms of the membership, I'm assuming, right? By the way, thank you for the 300 likes. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers. I would appreciate if you were one of those last 4,000 there. I don't think there's any new warnings as of right now. I'm just going to zoom out real quick. And no new warnings. These are the only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. Again, this is producing extremely damaging winds to the north of Moran and east of Albany. So, yeah, Lolly, I do appreciate you becoming a member and upgrading. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Whisper, and as well as Fabler for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you. And we'll get our next radar update in about a minute or about a minute and a half. We'll kind of get an idea there. I'm going to put back on the actual radar for a second. And again, this is the storm that we're dealing with right now. And it's, again, producing as high as 90 to 95 mile per hour wind gusts. So got some strong storms. It's basically a line at this point. These are the discrete cells that we saw beforehand. So I keep that in mind. Let me go back to the storm relative velocity. There we go. So yeah, we're seeing extremely high winds with this storm. Again, for those that are just tuning in, this is a very dangerous storm, very destructive supercell, very strong downburst winds right now with this storm. Heading to the south, it is currently south of 180, and just to the east of Albany. It is moving down to the south right now. It's going to eventually go toward Moran and the radar site. So again, make sure that you are staying away from windows and away from a higher elevation at this point, because it's a very dangerous storm. I would recommend being on the bottom floor of your house if you're in any of these areas. Again, this is heading down to the south right now. A very destructive supercell right now heading down to the south. There's definitely going to be damage with this storm. That's without a doubt. I didn't even realize that, Shelly. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's funny. I don't know why that just made me laugh, but... Alright, back to the radar, though. Again, we're looking at the latest radar scan. I think it's going down a little bit. Try to refresh this real quick. All right, so winds are now down to around 85. So I believe it was probably a microburst of some sort, because the winds are starting to go down a little bit, but we're still seeing around 85 mile per hour winds. So some good news as this continues to push down to the south right now. So the winds are dying down a little bit. I mean, they're not really dying down. This is still very damaging, but hopefully they kind of weaken as they get closer to the areas like Moran. Again, they're kind of colliding with other storms, which will kind of eventually lead them to be weakening a little bit. So that's actually kind of funny. I didn't realize. I didn't see that in the chat. When you said something, when you said you didn't mean peace I sell, I was just like, okay, it's just like, you know, a sized hail, and I didn't realize you said that. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I saw the message. I didn't realize, though, that that's what that said. That is funny. Oh, man, that is funny. I haven't laughed like that for a weather thing in a while. Oh, good for you not giggling at that. I didn't even see you said that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's funny. Oh, that's horrible. All right, back to the weather. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there are damaging winds currently ongoing up to 85 miles per hour. And that is just to the southeast of Albany. And that's, again, heading down to the south toward areas like Moran. So, again, damaging winds up to 85 miles per hour now possible. It was originally 95 to 100. It's now going down a little bit. Looked like a microburst, and it's now heading down to the south. So, just something to keep in mind there. And, yeah, the storm is heading down to the south. And the other line of storms is pushing to the east, which should hopefully weaken the storm a little bit as it heads down to the south. And I think it probably will start to fizzle out a little bit more. So, that's good news so far. But and very strong damaging winds with the storm right now. I'm seeing 86 still. So basically 86 mile per hour wind gust still ongoing. That's from the latest radar update. I think the latest one's coming in again right now, possibly. We'll be getting another one here in a minute, though. Yeah, the winds are definitely strong over there in Santa Ana. Yeah, that whole entire line of storms was producing gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour or so. So definitely very damaging right now. Or not really damaging, but definitely gusty. All right, latest radar update, by the way, is showing right around 75 mile per hour winds. So this is definitely, it looked like it to be a microburst or something like that, but can't confirm that. But it's basically around 75 miles per hour now. So this storm is slowly but surely weakening as it pushes down to the south. And should hopefully, before it gets to Moran, it should probably start to lose its grip in terms of that high of winds. Could still be as high as 60 to 65, but it's definitely starting to weaken as of right now. Mainly because of this entire line of storms now kind of colliding with the main cell there. So that's kind of what's happening as of right now. Again, we got an entire line of storms basically back out to the west. We also got some storms now developing up near Montague County and Clay County. So another area that's starting to see some development. Again, destructive supercell ongoing closer to Albany as well as Moran. And it's producing damaging winds again up to 80 miles per hour. It seems like it's going down a bit, so might be down to 75 by now. Yeah, there was some rotation with that storm earlier, but luckily it did not produce any tornado or anything like that. That was actually the storm near Breckenridge. Not sure if the METAR data, if there's any METAR data around here. I'm going to take a look real quick. I don't know if there's any in this general area. There's actually one in Breckenridge, but unfortunately there's none over here, so we can't really get an idea of what the wind gusts might have been. Yeah. Andres, this storm is currently, these storms right here are kind of going to the south, those discrete cells. The line is pretty much pushing off to the east. So we're looking as of right now. Thank you for subscribing, Psycho, by the way. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button again. I would appreciate it. Really helps the page out a lot. We're very close to 4,000 subscribers. We're now only about 69 subscribers away from 4,000. So we appreciate if you do subscribe. Gotta check something real quick. Again, damaging winds possibly up to 85 miles per hour with this storm. The bright greens are going to be representing your very strong winds right now. So you can see around 76. And it's potentially as high as 80. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, the storm is pushing down to the south. Andres, the line of storms won't arrive to DFW until about 4 or 5 in the morning tonight. That's kind of the time frame at this point. That's what I'm expecting. Storms to be in the DFW area. Yeah, latest radar update again. It's starting to weaken a little bit, so we're seeing a lot of good positive trends so far in the last radar scans. And also, the warning back out near Breckenridge just got updated, so it's only damage winds up to 60 miles per hour, and hail is no longer a threat with that storm, it seems like, in terms of large hail. This storm, though, is now producing a little bit lesser of winds. It's currently around 60. So this has actually been weakening a lot quicker due to the fact we have storms back out to the west now kind of colliding with this one discrete supercell that was there a minute ago. So a lot of good news that we're seeing so far with this line, or really this whole cluster of storms. So definitely some good news. Again, this is a look at the storm again. We had a bit of a line kind of collide with it, so we're starting to see that storm weaken a little bit. So good news so far from what we're seeing with this storm. But obviously still damaging winds up to 65, 70 miles per hour still can be possible over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate if you do hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure to like the live stream as well. I'm not sure how much longer it'll be live for, but we'll definitely be live up until whenever the storm starts to kind of weaken and whatnot. We've been live for almost 3 hours, so. I also have to make more forecasts for tomorrow. Also got some strong storms up near Vernon, by the way. So those in Vernon, a little strong storm there, maybe some small hail possible there. Again, we're primarily focusing on the one near Albany and Breckenridge. Those are our 2 main storms as of right now. So definitely 2 storms to watch very closely here over the next several minutes. Again, these storms are pushing off to the east from those part. And the destructive supercell obviously is kind of pushing down to the south, colliding with all those storms. So the wind is definitely going down as of right now. We obviously have the storm near Breckenridge right now that's producing potentially some small hailing, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Both of these warnings, by the way, go until this one over in Breckenridge goes until 1. The one currently in Albany and Moran goes until 1:15. Again, here's a look at the velocities. We still got our bright greens representing your very strong wind gusts as of right now. This is your area of very strong winds. A little bit of wind up here, kind of in the basically far west of Breckenridge, kind of near 180. So it's kind of what we're looking at in terms of the winds as of right now. So your strongest winds basically in this circle here. Bright colors representing your strongest winds. Thank you, by the way, Hunter, as well as American Candle Factory for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you. No problem, Virginia. Appreciate you tuning in. Nick, you probably won't see much in terms of severe weather tonight, but damaging winds can't be ruled out for Monte County. I think there's a little storm developing up there, but I don't think it's severe right now. A little strong storm. Winds again right around 60 right now, so very strong winds still. Damaging winds without a doubt. It was up to 80 a moment ago. It's been decreasing over the last several minutes, so again, very good news so far with what we've seen from this storm. The last few scans. No problem, Nick. Yeah, we'll see, Virginia. I don't know if that'll ever happen. But if it does, I don't know. I'm usually pretty interactive, though. I mean, I still get, you know, at some points during my live stream, I'll get like 15 to 20 comments in like a single minute. And I still pretty much get to all of them, so pretty good about getting to them. Guys, itchy all of a sudden. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for those in Albany and Moran. Again, destructive supercell, damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour possible with the storm. With the latest scans, it's about 60, but it definitely could be up to 80, so just keep that in mind. Here's a look at the storms right now. This is our main cell as of right now back out in central Texas. And those in Breckenridge, again, getting some severe weather possibly there as well. Ongoing as of right now. So we got some severe weather still ongoing for those areas. All right. Drinking a Red Bull? I've never had Red Bull before. I've really never had an energy drink, I don't think. Pretty sure I've never had Red Bull. I've never had Red Bull. I've never had really any energy drinks. I've had coffee before, but that's a little bit different. Kind of about it, though, I think. I'll watch the storm for the next couple of scans, see if anything newly develops with it. But as of right now, the winds overall have been kind of dying down. Kind of as I mentioned before. Actually, a little bit of rotation here, it looks like. A little bit of rotation. Maybe that'll be something to watch here. It's very broad, but it's definitely a possibility. These storms obviously just collided, so there might be some very brief rotation because of that. Definitely a possibility. Yeah, I don't drink energy drinks, and I don't really want to either, so. Duncan, Oklahoma, probably not, Nathan. If anything, you'll just see some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, but that's the only threat for you tonight. So again, we have a little bit of rotation here. Nothing too crazy, but definitely going to be something to watch. And see what happens on the next scan. I don't know if it'll live for that long. Again, rotation like this sometimes does occur for a brief moment when storms collide like this. See in the upper levels, rotation's definitely not nearly as strong. Just see, there's nowhere really it's where it's attached up in the upper levels. So far what I've seen in terms of the rotation is very, very weak. I'm falling out of my chair. But it's very, very weak. So Bangs, Texas, again, same threats goes for there as well. Damaging winds being the main threat. I think gusty winds are going through your area, though. Brown County, or Brownwood, I should say. But Brown County is basically just some gusty winds at this point. Little area of rotation, but we'll see. Next scan should give us an idea of if it's actually going to try to strengthen or not. Yeah, the upper levels weren't really showing too much in terms of rotation. We were only 13 subscribers away from 3950, by the way. So pretty close. All right, next scan should come up here in a second. All right, it's coming in right now, looks like. See if there's actually any rotation with this. If not, probably be good with that. There's definitely a lot of lightning with these storms. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning with all these thunderstorms. And here your wind's going toward the radar, wind's going away from the radar. I just don't see much in here to be actually able to determine that there's actually going to be some sort of rotation in the next scan. I mean, it's a very broad rotation even in the upper levels, and then you can obviously see there's more of this red representing winds away from the radar. Here's your latest scan. Very broad rotation, nothing tight, so I'm not that concerned about it right now, but watch it for another scan, just in case. Vernon, Texas, as of right now, maybe just a strong storm there, Stacy. Damaging winds again being the main threat, but it looks like maybe some pea-sized hail with that storm up that way. I can go back to that storm real quick. Just a strong storm as of right now. Can't rule out maybe some hail and maybe some damaging winds. That's the main threat with that storm. No tornado threat tonight again for the most part. I do expect the tornado threat to be very low. Okay, Brandon. Okay. Thank you. All right, back to this radar. By the way, there's a little bit of an inflow going to the storm, by the way. A little bit of an inflow. A little bit. Gotta see with the radar here. We saw this earlier, and it was very brief. It kind of lasted only like 5 minutes, and it went away. So, produced like very brief rotation, but... Hey, Charles, how you doing? From NASA. Nice. How you doing? Hope your day's going well. Good morning to you. I have still got to make a few forecasts before I get up tomorrow. But actually, I only really have to make one. I'll have to probably make one here in a minute. Or not in a minute, but like 10 to 15 minutes. A little inflow going into the storm again. We're trying to develop a little bit of rotation in here, but nothing too crazy. Again, tornado threat's pretty much zero tonight, but some of these little brief rotations can kind of happen with these storms. Low-level jet is very, very weak tonight. See the next scan and see if there's still any rotation there. From Nathan. Wait, where are you from again? Duncan. Probably over the next couple of hours, Nathan, if you see anything. Hey, Rod, how you doing? Welcome. Boring Phoenix, Arizona weather. Nice. You're doing well. You get some t-shirts printed. I'm not doing merch. There's no way. You know, the thing about it is, like, I know people do merch. I don't feel like I'll ever do merch because I just feel like it is just such a, I don't know. I just, you know, merch in general is just overpriced. And I don't really want to sell people t-shirts that just say my name on it or something. If I was ever going to have merch, it would have to be like an actual, like, something unique. It can't just be like my name or something dumb. You know, so the thing about merch for me is just I don't like doing it because of all the other costs that go along with it. And honestly, I just don't feel like charging somebody, like one of my viewers, to pay like $25 for a shirt. It just makes no sense. So that's usually what it would come down to, like $25-30. Nice, Donica. Yeah, if you have any photos, definitely feel free to send them into my Facebook or Instagram, or even by my email as well if you want to. They're all linked in the description below. I do always like seeing photos. I usually don't post them, but I definitely like seeing them. Have a great night, Nathan. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope your night goes well, and have a good night's sleep. Yeah, well, I'll probably end up with more like $5 to $10 per shirt, but like, it's just, at the end of the day, I don't feel like, again, merch I don't like doing. Just, I've done it before, by the way. It's not with this specific page. I've done merch in some other way. I used to have like a small t-shirt business when I was like in middle school or something like that. I sold it to some of my neighbors, but like I would make at the end of the day $5 at the most on each shirt, which I sold it to like 50 people. I'm like, I'm making so much money, but like at the end of the day, it was like nothing because, like, you know, all the costs that come along with it, it's not worth it. And even then, if I was ever going to do merch, it would have to be like an in-house sort of thing where I would be making them, and like, so the cost would be low and also have them be unique. So, but honestly, I don't have much of an interest in doing merch to begin with. The storm still has a little bit of an inflow into it, but Still fairly broad rotation. I think it'll kind of go away here in a second. Next scan. I got a little hook look to it. Somebody left a penny on the radar screen? What? Penny? What do you mean by that? Gonna look at the zoom out, by the way. This is actually a pretty long line of storms, but none of it's really severe other than these couple of storms here in central Texas. It's quite interesting. Interesting line of storms, to say the least. All right, here's a look at the latest radar update. Still a little bit of hook there, but it's probably going to fizzle out, I think, over the next couple of scans. It's starting to weaken out. Still, the velocities are still there, but it's just a very broad rotation. I think the radar scan's coming in here for the velocities here in a second. Yeah, you can see there's still a rotation. I mean, it's pretty impressive, but definitely nothing too crazy. It's going to probably go away here in a second. See in the upper levels, as I kind of mentioned before, very broad rotation. This is like funnel cloud type height. Very broad rotation there. So good news there as well. These are flat, Shelly. These are flat land areas. Yeah, we have a little bit of rotation, but nothing too concerning. Again, this hook will probably be cut off over the next couple of scans anyways. And in the upper levels, it's not really rotating either. It's extremely broad all around. We got the destructive supercell still ongoing. I don't think the winds are as high as 80 anymore. I think they're probably closer to 60, but it still says 80 as of right now. Alrighty. Wait another scan and see what happens. Yeah, Donica, if you have any sort of feedback or anything like that on that sort of stuff, definitely message me. You can message me. Again, Facebook is the easiest place to message me on. You can just message me on Facebook, though, if you want, or on Instagram, or you can email me. And I literally respond to almost anything that somebody sends me, so. And if anybody ever has questions or anything about weather, too, I usually don't respond to those all the time on messages, but I do occasionally. Yeah, my DMs are open, as many may say. All right, if you're just tuning in, as I mentioned before, there is a potential still for damaging wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour with these storms. There's actually a little area on this latest radar scan showing some pretty high winds here west of Breckenridge. As high as 60 to maybe even up to 65. But other than that, the winds have kind of died down in the destructive supercell, what we saw before, so good news there. And again, possibly a little bit of very broad rotation, but it's not very organized at the upper levels, so I'm not too concerned about that. A lot of rain for sure. Definitely a potential still for a little bit of quarter-sized tail. This line of storms extends all the way down toward Junction, and it goes all the way back up to the north, almost toward Vernon. So it's a very large area right now that we're watching in terms of storm activity as of right now. There could be, again, there might be a little brief spin up, but I'm not expecting anything to get to the ground because the low-level jet, again, is very weak tonight. So I'm not expecting it to actually develop into anything. Again, if you're just joining us, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers. I know I won't hit it in tonight's stream, but we could maybe get to it in another stream pretty soon. I would appreciate if you do hit the subscribe button. And it does help out the channel a lot. I think I'm actually gonna change my name to Max Velocity. I will. At least on YouTube, I will. Because I actually do really like that name. Have a good night, Harzua. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. Was this a perfect suggestion? Yeah, it was actually a really good suggestion. So I gotta think on it. I have to actually sleep on it and see what I think tomorrow. I really do like the name. All right, next radar update's coming in here in a second. If anything changes with this, if it gets any stronger, I'll stay live. But if not, probably get off. Let's see. I have to still make a forecast for tomorrow. All right, radar update coming in now. How about now? Let's see. It says it should be coming in. It's not. Okay, refresh my radar real quick. All right, very broad rotation. Awesome. Yeah, so again, main threat tonight for the rest of the night tonight will be damaging winds as these storms kind of push off to the east. So definitely be mindful of that. And let me go back to the activity here. So This is a look at the line of storms again. This will all be pushing off to the east. It'll eventually reach the Metroplex. Main threat again tonight being damaging winds and maybe up to quarter-sized hail. That is my main concern for tonight. Tornado threat is extremely low to 0. I am not concerned about it personally, so I would not be concerned about that threat tonight. Do you think the tropical depression from Mexico will have any chance to travel to the Gulf? No, it won't cause any trouble to Texas. That will stay well to our southeast, and that's mainly due to the fact of this cold front. By the way, temperatures tomorrow will only be in the upper 70s, so it's going to be nice tomorrow. So, yeah, that will not go anywhere near Texas. But yeah, that's about it for tonight's live stream. Again, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and like the live stream. I would really do appreciate that. Again, we're very close to 4,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That's gonna be it for this stream. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been a good 3-hour stream and obviously a lot of coverage from the severe weather that we saw tonight. Again, I'll probably go live on Friday for severe weather in Panhandle of Texas, and I will probably have a live stream for the tropics either tomorrow or on Saturday. That's my plan as of right now. Maybe Friday as well. I might have a double live stream on Friday, but we'll see. And yeah, that's for it for tonight. I do again appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. If you did enjoy the stream, again, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to go check out my recent forecast as well on the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us, by the way, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, as well as Instagram. All those links are in the description below. I would really appreciate that as well. Check out our website too. The link is in the description as well. I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. And that is it. Appreciate you guys. And have a great night. And again, we'll see you real soon. Yeah, by the way, the next YouTube video will be coming out in about 30 to 45 minutes. So stay tuned for that.